Welcome, everybody, to another rendition of DeleteLawZ. What's going on out there in the land of the unfree America? How is everybody doing today? Thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate it. I've received so much support over the last day or two, people reaching out to me for all kinds of things, and I'm super grateful. Welcome. What's going on? How are you doing today? Do me a favor, everybody. Take your finger and hit the like button. It's the thumbs up thing right down there. And then put down in the comment section, if you would, please write down there in the comment section, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. Put it in the chat for me. OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. So this show, this particular rendition of DeleteLawZ is extraordinarily structured because I spent last night reviewing some videos and I began to wonder a very simple question. And I just want to know from you guys, because you're going to hear my opinions and what my perspective is. But I just want to know if I drink some water right now and I choke to death, or I walk in the street and I get hit by a car, if I died, would the cops celebrate? If the police killed me, would the police celebrate? What do you guys think? Do you think that if something happened to me and I passed away either by cop or by accident or stroke or heart attack, whatever it is, my dog Charlie kills me, if I died, would the police celebrate? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you think the police would celebrate my death? We know that when Eric Garner was snuffed out by the New York Police Department, that the only person who got punished was the guy who filmed it. And that after they murdered Eric Garner and they choked him out on the streets for selling Lucy cigarettes, that they made t-shirts that said, "Don't break the law and breathe easy." So I just want to know, if I died, would the cops celebrate? It's a fair question. I want to know, because this particular stream, this rendition of DeleteLawZ is about that. Is about the cops dying, and are we supposed to feel pain and sadness and empathy? If you are in a war, and we are in a war against these pigs, when your enemy dies, do you lay down and cry? Do you sit and cry? I just want to know. We're going to watch about 1 minute of this video, and then we're going to go to 3 other videos that I have queued up here. This is a very structured show. And so I just want to see what you guys think, because you guys know I love God. I love people. I can't stand seeing anybody get hurt. I've been on the record here, and I've got some mail from you guys. I read your email saying, "Chille, don't say that you would stop if a cop was getting beat up." I would. I don't want to see anybody get beat up. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't want, if I'm there and I have the physical capability to stop it, I would. I don't want to see violence done to people. That doesn't mean, though, that I don't think the cop got what he deserved. All right. So let's get into this. We're just going to watch a minute or two of this, and then we're going to go on to a couple other videos that are very intense. Buckle up. This is a very intense rendition of DeleteLawZ. So these guys are outside the pig shack here in Arkansas, and we're only going to watch a couple minutes of this.
Mayor, I think we can continue this conversation. The officer's out here, so we can have a conversation with them. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, yeah, are you Officer Parsons? Awesome. I'm not here to catch you or anything like that.
Here for a specific reason, like y'all need help or something?
We are here to talk to you, and we just talk.
So he doesn't have to answer to you. Are you here? Do you need help with something? Actually, they're there to check you, bud.
To the mayor, and the mayor said that she would like if we talk to you, okay, and she's actually about to call you.
To go on. So what do y'all need?
Oh, you're not important enough to talk to. I got other stuff to go on. Remember the question I asked? If I died, would they care at all?
Why are you breaking Arkansas? All right, if you're going to be like that, then why are you breaking?
All right, if you're going to be like that. Well, let me ask you the bigger question. Why are these guys there auditing these guys?
Arkansas state law by leaving your car running unattended while you're inside.
That's not Arkansas state.
I promise you it is. Okay, so you don't even know the Arkansas state law?
Are you? So
it's code 2751-1306, brother.
Y'all have a good day.
So why can't you answer some questions? Your own mayor wants you to answer these questions.
Wasn't nothing but about a bunch of crackheads that started that bull. I worked for the man.
You work for
Williams Plumbing.
For Williams?
Yes, sir.
So who sent you over here to look at me?
Nobody. I seen y'all sitting over here.
Well, how'd you even? I mean, why would you think to come talk to
I'm
me?
pretty good about that.
What do you? No,
Good evening.
you're not saying something, dude.
Y'all have a good evening, but you're wasting your
I can tell you're lying.
So here's a cop sucker who pulls in here. But this is the bigger point, and this is what I'm trying to get across. Why are people going up to cops and saying, hey, why aren't you following? The reason why is because of policies, procedures, and protocols. You can't sign up to be a pig in the pig shack, follow those rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols, and then pretend as though you signed up to help people. If you look at the policies, procedures, and protocols that the police swear to adhere to, they are brutal, barbaric, and inhumane. You can't sign up to be a pig and still remain consciously good. You're a bad person. You signed up to put people in torture cuffs. You signed up to take people to the dungeon. I want to get more into this, but before we do, I want to show you this other video. And this video is intense. It's going to be a little long. We're going to watch it. Okay? So this guy's driving down the road. Clearly, he's crossing the line. He needs to be stopped. He's not driving well. Maybe he's having, see him hitting the yellow lines there. Nobody wants that. Over the double yellow line. And a double yellow line means there's a blind spot coming. There's another car coming. The car's still over the yellow line.
306.
I have to mute it because of the music. But the point is that we can see that this car, any American who loves life looks at this car and realizes this car needs to be stopped because it's driving over the yellow line and double yellow line. And so I agree that this car needs to be pulled over. And it goes on for a little while, and then the female pigtail, the pigtail pigger, puts on the lights, and then this person, and I'll show you the trial today. We're going to get into this quite a bit.
Sorry, I'm all right. Can we pull up into this driveway right here? All right, I'll see you up there. Hold on just a second. I'll talk to you. $335. We're pulling out of the roadway. Never mind, we're still on the roadway. Do me a favor, brother. Pull into the driveway. That way we're all the way out of the road. Okay? $335. We pulled into 4959. All right, my friend. Now that we're out of the way there, that's all right. My name's Shelby. I work for the Lake County Sheriff's Office. I stopped you not because you were all over the road.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice it. I just put my hair up.
Putting your hair up?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had anything to drink or anything?
Oh,
tonight?
hell no.
Okay.
No. I'm
No
really
something
just
like
leaving. No, I'm just leaving Suburban.
Okay.
Just got back from Gatlinburg Pittman.
Cool.
Just got a phone with my son. I said, son, you should have came home because he hurt his knee real bad, GP game.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally just got the phone with him.
Okay. Did you go to the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
We literally just got done.
Okay.
They're still there. I literally can show you. I just got the phone with my son.
I believe you.
And,
Where are you headed to tonight?
I'm on my way home.
Where you live at?
Alcoa.
Alcoa?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Go for it. You care to see your driver's license, registration, proof, insurance, please? All right, thank you. All right, thank
I'm
you.
sorry
friend.
about that. I didn't
all
think I was swerving.
Remember, get your license, registration, and proof of insurance all put together. A copy of your driver's license, a photocopy, laminate it front and back, and then a copy of your current insurance and registration. And this goes up in the visor so that you're not reaching across the car. They jump cut it right here, whoever edited this video. As you know, cops edit videos.
Yeah, well, you went across the line just a little bit, and I thought, well, maybe
I would just put my hair up. I'm sorry, I got hot. I just put my hair up.
I got you. Yeah, you were like,
just
you
want
were
to go
all
home. Just put my hair up. I'm sorry.
You went across the line just a little bit, and I thought, well, maybe
I would just put my hair up. I'm sorry, I got hot. I just put my hair up.
I got you. Yeah, you were like,
just
you
want
were
to go
all the
home,
way
get in the
completely in
bed.
the other.
Did he say I got high?
Sorry, I got hot. I just put my hair up.
I got you. Yeah, you were like,
just
you
want
were
to go
all the
home,
way
get in the
completely in
bed.
the other lane.
I
That's
called
what I
my
was worried
mama
about.
and say,
So.
Mama, I'm not gonna make it tonight. I gotta go get clothes. Like I'm just dealing with a lot. I promise I didn't do nothing. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry you're going through some stuff.
Oh, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But I literally just got the phone with my son, just talked to the guy that's painting. Sent me a picture of
None of that's going to help you. All your double cross talk, sweet talk, explaining yourself talk. We've seen thousands of videos. You talking to that jackboot thug pig isn't going to get them to try to not to arrest you. Do me a favor, everybody, let me know if you agree. The goal of the police is to pull you over, arrest you, impound your car, take you to the dungeon, and steal your money. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. They're hiding on the side of the road. Why do they say, let me look in the trunk of your car, unless they're looking for something to arrest you for? Hey, you mind if I look in your console? So they're asking you, hey, do you mind if I try to find something to arrest you? You have a spat of yogurt there that's dried. Once the yogurt's dried, you scrape it off. It looks like a white, creamy powder. I've seen videos where people get arrested for yogurt. They're looking for a reason to arrest you. You telling her where you're going, what you're doing, how your day's going, if you're having a hard time, if you're having a great day, if you made a lot of money, if you made no money, if you're hungry, if you're thirsty, if you got to go pee. None of those things matter to the jackboot thug pigs. JBTP. Put it in the comment section. JBTP. They don't care about you.
some lights that he sent me.
Okay.
That I literally just got the phone with him.
Okay. Good deal.
I paint mama's house. She just sent me this.
I got you.
She doesn't care.
Him back, but
I'm
on Bluetooth.
Okay. You're good. Do you have your registration insurance?
Yeah, I'm in my mama's car.
Now he's reaching across with his back to her. You see what I'm teaching you here? I'm teaching you so that you're not in this position.
I'm in her car. My truck is at her house. I'll show you what I just done so you can know what I'm doing. I ain't lying. I just left to take a video.
Yeah, I'm code 4. Come on.
Code 4 means everything's cool. The situation's under control.
I got you.
Just took a video of everything.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
This is in Suburban. Literally just jumped in her car.
Mm-hmm.
Showed her video of her house. We just got done getting it painted.
Yeah,
I literally just left. I just want to go to bed.
Okay.
Dale W.
Is this it?
Close enough for registration. What about your insurance?
Call her real quick.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll let you call her. I'm gonna go check this out, and I'll come back up here and talk to you about the insurance when you figure it out. Okay.
What's up, Drophead 74? How you doing, brother? Cope Doggy Dog's in the house. Rusty. Rick.
Hey. So car smells like weed. And he was in the opposite lane on Seville Road. Pretty sure I got a DUI. But I think it's weed. I don't think it's alcohol. So.
Okie dokie. How far from Sugar Road are you?
4951. I'm right here next to Destiny Lane.
Destiny, a little bit better. Are you this side of 13 cars or that side?
What side are you on?
I'm at
The town side?
I'm on the hospital.
I'm up here past Alfred McCammon and Doc Norton towards out of town, towards Burnett Station.
Okay.
If you pass Alfred, come on past Alfred McCammon, you'll see my lights.
Okay, I'm on my way to you.
All right, thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
See you.
Thank you.
335. 335. I had a middle call. Will you check Knox's severe, please? How'd you figure that paperwork out, brother?
Yeah, she said it's paid. She's on the phone.
Oh, okay.
You should not be figuring out your paperwork. Get your ish together, people. Get your ish together. Your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance go on a laminated card or in a laminated slip that goes in your trifold. You don't want to be rummaging around your car. Everybody here knows, put a 1 in the chat if cops are hiding on the side of the road to pull you over. Put a 1. Put a 1 for me. Got a 1 for me right here. I see them all the time hiding on the side of the road. You should not have to try to find your materials. They should already be prepared. That way you can dominate the pig by using your rights. He wasn't prepared.
Go ahead, tell him, Mama.
You got the card there?
I got a bunch of them.
A bunch of them?
They're all formers.
Okay, I got you.
You said, go ahead, Mama. She's right here.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, my name's Shelby. I work for the Blount County Sheriff's Office.
Oh, this is Jolene Craig.
Nice to hear you. I'd say nice to meet you, but we're not next to each other.
Okay. You know Doris Field? Niles.
She said she works for Blount County, Mama.
So remember, all these niceties that this female pigtail's doing, she's already called in and said, hey, I think I got a DUI. Come out here. So that they can arrest him and charge him with driving under the influence. She's given no sobriety tests. She's asked him to take no sobriety tests, which are ridiculous. But she's just saying because she thinks she smells something and he could have been putting his hair up and weaving over the line. Should have been pulled over for driving that way. She doesn't have a DUI just because even if he has had something with Mary Jane, that doesn't mean that you're DUI. It means you better pay attention to the road.
Yeah, I don't think I do, man.
She works. She works in her.
Okay, I got you.
All this fake niceties, and the whole time she's planning on putting him in torture cuffs.
Oh, I understand. We're all right here next to each other. I get it.
But I got them all. They're all just.
But yeah, just old ones. Okay. Well, I'll just look through them and see if any of them are valid.
Yeah,
I'm going to leave this half with you. I'll take this half.
I just forgot, I guess, to put my card, the paper they give us to put in there.
Yeah, that's okay. I understand. It happens.
But as long as you run a tag and stuff, it should show up, right?
It doesn't come back with the tag. No, a lot of times it will come back with the tag. It didn't come back with the tag. That's the only reason I'm asking you for it.
Oh, she's got them all in here.
There's that half. There's your old ones.
What'd you say, Mama?
What didn't come back?
The insurance, it's okay. I don't know. I just put my hair up and she said I swear, so I'm sorry.
Here you go. Let's see this. See what we can figure out.
See what we can figure out to arrest you. Her goal is to arrest him. And you see how sweet and nice she's being right here? Just wait a second.
She said you probably tired. I'm like, I'm tired, but running for her and these dang kids.
Yeah. How many kids you got, brother?
5.
5?
Yeah.
That's too many.
And I just left my 15-year-old game, and he wanted to stay and watch the varsity.
Yeah.
Listen to the small talk, as though she cares about him, as though she's his friend, as though 5 kids, oh, wow, that's too many kids. If you think about that, then one of them doesn't count. But the fakeness, how fake she is. She wants to slap him in torture cuffs, impound his car, take him to the dungeon, and steal his money. Put a 1 in the chat if that's true. She's planning on arresting him. So all these niceties are all fake. Nothing about her's genuine.
And he has therapy in the morning. I just had surgery on my knee.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's not good.
I just literally just called him out to tell her that
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to bring her clothes tonight. I'll bring them in the morning.
I got you.
I don't know.
Here's the deals in the room, everybody. Here's the deals here.
Oh, I guess I can just hand her all this stuff.
That's okay. I'm not too worried about it. I got you. You got like 15 insurance cards.
Yeah,
so
I'm
you're good.
perfectly fine though. I'm literally just going home. I'm about to go home and take a shower and lay down. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I got you. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I am gonna have you step out and hang out with me.
Step out for what?
So I smell weed in the car. Have you ever smoked weed in this car?
I don't smoke or nothing.
Okay, you don't smoke or nothing?
No.
Has anybody ever smoked in the car?
Nobody. This is my grandma's car.
Okay, I got you.
Bogus, man.
Okay. Well, I smell it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you step out and hang out with me. Okay. My partner's going to get here. We'll search as long as everything's good. I'll get you home.
There ain't no weed in here. Nobody smokes weed. Don't do me like that now.
Okay. Don't do you like what?
She trying to say she smells weed. And I'm like, you know I don't smoke weed. Nobody I know smoke weed.
Okay. I didn't accuse you of smoking weed.
Got my kids' backpacks and food. We literally just went to
Okay.
Exactly. It's been a leather.
Okay.
It's never been smoked in
like it's me, man. My own black, and they just being messy.
It ain't got nothing to do with that, brother.
I guarantee you run a dog right here. The dog get on this car.
Okay.
So I'm gonna sit right here.
Our dogs don't hit on weed. And
so Walter here has a pretty interesting point. Let's say that he's been drinking. And the smell of alcohol is prevalent because a lot of people can marry Jane and smoke just fine. In LA, where I lived for over 23 years, people often take a rip to drive across town because they're going to be in traffic for 45 minutes. Lots of my buddies and friends and girlfriends, and a lot of them do that. I got to drive to Burbank. I'm going to take a rip and hit the road. Lots of people in LA do it. So I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's a difference between alcohol and Mary Jane. The idea I have is to decriminalize DUI, decriminalize driving intoxicated, and then give them a diversion program immediately where they work with the families of people who have lost loved ones to DUI. You can do a year of community service with these specific families where you are a service to them because they've lost a loved one, and you have to interact with them and go to have dinner with them and go to picnics with them and help the family. And then you get to see the depths of what you've done by driving impaired. Or if you don't want to take that diversion, that's fine. Then we'll go through the other side of it, the barbaric side, where you go to the dungeon, you get strip searched, torture cuffed, or you could take the diversion program. Because DUIs in America, put a 1 in the chat if they've never been worse. Never. It's never been worse. They're talking about putting cameras and alcohol detections on the steering wheels of all Americans' cars, which is a violation of our 4th Amendment. It's not working criminalizing DUI. I'm not for DUI. Believe me. I remember in college when I drove impaired and a cop pulled up next to me, flashed his lights at me. I was so nervous because I was impaired. And then he said, "Turn your lights on." I turned my lights on. He said, and then I just nodded my head. And then when he drove away, I said, "I swear to God, I'll never do this again." I never did it again, ever. The punishing the way out of the DUI is not working. I'm not for DUI. So people will say, "Oh, Chille's for DUIs." No, I'm not. I'm for solving the problem, not taking a hammer and making everything a nail. It's not working criminalizing DUI. It's not working. Am I wrong?
And there's not a dog coming out here. It's me and my partner.
Well, Well, I'm not here want the dog get on this car.
Okay.
So I'm gonna sit right here.
Our dogs don't hit on weed, and there's not a dog coming out here. It's me and my partner.
Well, I'm refusing to search.
No, there's no refusing. So when I smell the odor of marijuana, I have probable cause to search the vehicle.
I need you to get a dog, ma'am. I'm refusing to search.
There's no refusing.
There's no weed. Go get your partner and tell him to come over and sniff.
Okay. My partner is not a dog. My partner's a person that's on the way.
Partner come sniff. I'm refusing to search.
That's fine. You can't refuse a search.
Why can't I refuse a search?
Because I've got probable cause to search the vehicle because of the smell. Okay.
I mean, anybody know what state this in? Because if they sell recreational or medicinal Mary Jane, smell is not probable cause. It even says so right here on your driver Fifth Amendment cop card. Right here. This is the most on point case law right here. Cop says he smells Mary Jane. This case law only applies to states that sell medicinal or recreational Mary Jane. While filming, show this card or state smell is not probable cause. I don't know what state this is in. And then below it says 2021 Commonwealth versus Barr is the most on point case law today. Smell is not probable cause. So she doesn't have probable cause if he's in a state where they sell medicinal or recreational Mary Jane.
They're trying to be messy for no reason.
I'm not trying to be messy with you, brother. I'm trying to make this easy. Okay?
I'm just refusing to search. I love you, Mama.
Listen,
Yes, ma'am.
what's going on?
I don't know why they're doing this, ma'am. I'm just trying to go home. I literally just left your house. I literally just took a video so I could show you everything that everybody did with the paint and everything in the toilets, and they just pulled me over for no reason. They see my fucking hair put up. I'm black with dreads, and they pulling this mess for no reason.
It ain't got nothing to do with that, brother. I couldn't see when I pulled you over.
Nobody smokes weed. I don't smoke weed.
Okay,
I've never been around weed.
Okay. I didn't say you did. I didn't say that you smoke weed. I said it smells like weed in here. I didn't say you did it.
Dog. I love you,
okay.
Mama.
Go ahead and step out for me, Kenny.
I'm not stepping out. I'm refusing to search.
Okay, you're refusing to step out of the vehicle?
I'm refusing to search. Man.
Okay, so step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. Come back here and stand with me.
I'm not.
335. I got one refusing to get out of the car.
I
just
need you to get
step
a dog.
out.
Just get a dog.
I don't have a dog. I don't have a dog
Please
to get.
Get a dog,
okay.
Ma'am.
And if I had a dog, it doesn't hit on weed. I'm telling you.
Weed,
okay, I didn't say you did, brother.
Okay, you're not.
So this is in Tennessee. Thanks. Here's the deal. And Tennessee doesn't have medicinal or recreational Mary Jane. So the smell in Tennessee, and let me just show this to you so you guys can see it yourself. And we are at 15 minutes and 28 seconds. I'm going to come right back to this. Tennessee is one of 11 states that haven't legalized the product, decriminalized it, or provided a widely accessible medical Mary Jane system. Possession of a half an ounce of Mary Jane or less is a misdemeanor punishable by 1 year in jail or $2,500 fine. That is incredible. Willie Nelson has shown us that it does not ruin you. Bill Maher has shown us that. Jimmy Dore has shown us. There's dozens of entertainers who have shown us over decades that Mary Jane doesn't ruin your life. Only the cops do by charging you with it. And most people can drive just fine with Mary. Sanjay Gupta, Dr. Sanjay Gupta did a study on this and showed that the more you dance with Mary Jane, the less impaired you are to drive. Now, this guy did go over the center line. He should have been pulled over. Can't have you drifting over the center line. Got to make sure he's not impaired. And now at this point, now the investigation can begin, but this is going to escalate dramatically. This is going to escalate big time.
Refusing to search, man.
Okay, so step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. Come back here and stand with me.
I'm not.
335. I got one refusing to get out of the car.
I need
just
you to get
step
a dog.
out.
Just get a dog.
I don't have a dog. I don't have a dog
Please
to get.
Get a dog,
okay.
Ma'am.
And if I had a dog, it doesn't hit on weed. I'm telling you.
Weed,
okay, I didn't say you did, brother.
Okay, you're not.
I said it smells like weed in your car. I have probable cause to search your car. Kenny, step out for me.
Not.
Step out for me, Kenny.
In Tennessee, Mary Jane, they may consider that probable cause. your Fifth Amendment cop card would not be applicable in the state of Tennessee. Any place that doesn't sell or offer recreational or medicinal Mary Jane, your cop card doesn't count there on number 5 on the driver card. Make sure you know that. For it not to be probable cause, like in Massachusetts or Ohio, they have to sell or offer medicinal or recreational Mary. If they don't, then the smell that the cop says they smell could be considered probable cause. I'm not sure what the law is exactly in Tennessee, but it makes sense for their laws. It doesn't make sense in reality, but it makes sense for their laws.
Not. Baby, the police got me pulled over. They threatened me to get out the car. I'm not getting out the car.
Kenny, just get out the car, man. I'm not trying to make this difficult.
You are making it difficult.
I'm not making it difficult. I'm not being racist. I'm asking you. I don't have a dog, sir.
Tell these folks I don't smoke weed.
Okay, I didn't say you smoked weed.
I don't smoke weed.
Kenny, I never accused you of smoking weed.
You saying I got to get out this car? I'm not. I'm refusing it.
Yeah, I am saying you have to get out of the car.
I'm refusing it.
You can't refuse to search. I have probable cause to search the vehicle.
You gotta have a dog. You can't just say you smell weed.
Yeah, that's how the law works, Kenny.
No, it don't.
That's how the law works, brother.
Where are you?
I'm down here on Seville Road, baby. Like, this is not right, man. I'm literally not doing nothing wrong. I'm literally on my way.
You were on the wrong side of the road, brother.
Home, baby.
You're on the wrong side of the road. That's why I stopped you.
Literally, I ain't doing nothing wrong.
The reason they can search the car without a warrant comes from Carroll versus United States. Carroll versus United States oral arguments, that year is wrong. It's 1925. Carroll versus United States. This whole case is wrong. Carroll versus United States, 1925. The doctrine drives from the 1925 case of Carroll v. United States, in which bootleg whiskey was being smuggled into Michigan from Canada, was seized in a search of the suspect's automobile under the circumstances. And what the Carroll doctrine does is it makes it so that the cops can search your car under exigent circumstances. If they say that there's going to be a loss of life, that the primary purpose of the seizure and destruction of contraband liquor, that's why they can search your car, was because alcohol was illegal. And so what they did is they created the automobile exclusionary rule. And it comes from Carroll versus United States, where they can exclude getting a warrant based on that you have contraband that they have to seize.
Say you smell weed?
Yeah, that's how the law works, Kenny.
No, it don't.
That's how the law works, brother.
Where are you?
I'm down here on Seville Road, baby. Like, this is not right, man. I'm literally not doing nothing wrong. I'm literally on my way.
You were on the wrong side of the road, brother.
Home, baby.
You're on the wrong side of the road. That's why I stopped you.
Literally, I ain't doing nothing wrong.
Kenny, man, I just need you to get out of the car, brother.
I'm not getting out. I'm not getting out the car.
All you have to do is step out and see me. I don't have a dog to get, brother.
You could have just gave me a ticket and said, get on. I don't smoke weed.
I don't have a dog to get here, okay? I don't have a dog to search your car.
Well,
I do not have a dog. I can't help you there. You know, I'd like to have a dog. I don't have a dog.
Down here, baby. I'm on.
In this particular case, Chris Alderson, you can't give consent and then revoke consent if the cop has probable cause. And in states that don't sell medicinal or recreational, they would consider smell probable cause. So you can only give consent if they ask you, can I search the car? Then you can give consent and revoke consent using the 1991 case of Florida versus Gimeno, extended in the 2018 case of United States versus Williams.
Seville Road, baby. Just come down Seville Road like 10 minutes.
I just need you to step out of the car, Kenny.
I'm refusing to search, man.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen if you don't step out of the car. We're going to have to drag you out of the car, and then you're going to go to jail.
I don't smoke marijuana.
So you can either step out of the car, or I can pull you out of the car.
Step out the car.
No, sir.
You can step out the car, or I'm pulling you out of the car, Kenny.
It's racist. I don't care what goes on.
She asked you. She asked you to get out of the car.
And so now his ego is hurt because of the 1977 case of Pennsylvania versus Mims. an extension of Terry versus Ohio that allows the cops to order you out of the car in the name of officer safety.
Get out of the car, brother.
Y'all said it smell like weed.
Why you keep calling him brother when your intention is to arrest him and take him to a dungeon? And this jackboot thug pig came up and escalated.
She asked you to get out of the car.
Get out of the car, brother.
Y'all said it smell like weed. I need you to get a dog, please.
No, we don't have to have a dog when it smells like weed, brother. Get out of the car.
Marijuana in this car.
I'm gonna tell you one more time. Can you get out of the car?
I can't, man.
You can't?
I'm recording this.
Okay,
I'm
you can
telling
record
you
it.
right now.
That's fine. I'm recording too. I've recorded this whole interaction. Go ahead and get out of the car.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
You were on the wrong side of the road, Kenny.
I was not on the wrong side of the road.
You were driving on the wrong side of the road, brother. Get out of the car.
Side of the road.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
I'm not. No, don't touch my car.
Get out of the car.
No.
Now, remember, before we watch this next part, I'm going to have to jump in here and show you, and I'm going to have to break this up. You know what's about to happen. When he won't do what they say, they're going to attack him savagely. It's going to get way, way, way worse in a second. Remember what I asked initially. If I died, either by cop or by choking on water, or my dog Charlie bit my finger off and I bled to death, would the cops celebrate? A lot of cops in America hate me. Go to our Nevada judges. The videos of me have hundreds of thousands of views. Everybody else, 100, 200. That means cops are watching.
You can't do that.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Remember, she was sweet as apple pie. She was, come on, brother. I'm not trying to hurt you, brother. Hey, brother. Hey, brother. Not trying to hurt you, brother. Everything was brother, wasn't it?
You were on the wrong side of the road, Kenny.
I was not on the wrong side of the road.
You were driving on the wrong side of the road, brother. Get out of the car.
So this is at 17 minutes and 55 seconds. It's going to take less than 1 minute once they begin the attack.
The road.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
I'm not. No, don't touch my car.
Get out of the car.
No, you can't do it.
1803.
Get out of the car.
Do that. You can't do this, man. You can't do this. Get your hands off of me, man. Please. Please get your hands off of me, please.
Attacking him.
Please.
Get out of the car.
I'm asking
Get out
you
of the
to
car.
please stop.
Get out of the car now.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the car.
Please.
Now.
Please, I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the car.
Please, can I
He's saying, please. I haven't done anything physically violent. I've threatened nobody else. I'm not attacking anybody else. I pulled over like you asked me to do. I just disagree with what's happening to me right now. The pig's job is to be patient, put one car in front of his, one car in back of his so he can't drive away, and just sit there and wait him out. You got him on camera. You talked to his mama. He's from the area. He's not getting away.
No, get out of the car.
Now.
Out of the car.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the
Why
car.
are y'all doing this to me, man? Why are you doing this to me?
Get out of the car, man.
We got one taser point.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the car, Kenny.
This is not my car. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I didn't say it was your car. Get out of the car, Kenny. Go ahead, hit him. Out of the car.
Get out of the car. What are you looking for?
Now watch this. Electrocuting him.
Get out of the car.
Electrocuting him.
Do nothing. Get out here and do nothing.
Kenny, you better not.
Please don't do this to me.
You're about to get it again.
You're gonna get it, Kenny.
Please.
Get it.
You're about to get it again. Electrocuting him. He's screaming. He's screaming. Please stop.
.335 shots fired. I'm hit. 334's hit.
If you guys don't know what happened, obviously I can't show things because of YouTube China. Kenny, after being electrocuted 3 separate times, screaming and convulsing, pulled a firearm and shot the cop and shot the female cop. I'm going to run it back a little bit so you can count how many seconds he was being tasered.
What are you looking for?
So hit now, right there. You see that? Look how much pain he's in.
Get out of the car. What are you looking for?
Taser the board.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Car, bro. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing.
Get that
Kenny, you better
seatbelt on.
open the
Please
door.
don't do this to me.
You're about to
Please.
hit it again.
You're gonna get it, Kenny.
Please.
Kenny.
Please stop. Let me talk to my man.
2, 3, 4, 5. She just got tased.
335 shots fired. I'm hit. 334's hit. Ah! Leg! Ah! Ah!
I find this next part very telling. The people who pull up to help her, listen to how she speaks to them.
Ah! Leg!
So not only did Kenny shoot the cop, when the cop was, you'll see.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
That's a tourniquet, in case you don't know. It's a tourniquet to stop the wound from bleeding out. Do you see how quickly they apply a tourniquet to themselves? How quickly they apply a tourniquet to one of them on the blue team with her blue stripe on her bracelet here? But when they shoot one of us, they put us in torture cuffs and allow us to bleed out. Family will be screaming and crying, "Let me help him," and they'll say, "Stay away from him." But she has a tourniquet so ready for herself.
Been shot. I've been shot. Help. 330, 335, 344's down. I've been hit. Suspect fled back towards town on Severe Road. I've been shot. I need your help.
Can I do anything?
Yes, get out. I need your help.
Did you hear it? Did you hear what she said? Listen.
Yeah, fled back towards town on Severe Road.
Now listen to how she talks to these people who pulled over to help her.
I've been shot. I need your help.
Can I do anything?
Yes, get out. I need your help.
She needs somebody to help her with the tourniquet. And just so you guys know, and actually Brian from Here's the Deal's in here. I'm actually covering his video next. And I would help her because I'm a humanitarian. I believe in love. I believe in humanity. I help people. It's in my bones. But listen to how she doesn't ask for help. She tells him.
344's down. I've been hit. Suspect fled back towards town on Severe Road. I've been shot. I need your help.
Can I do anything?
Yes, get out. I need your help.
Tell me what you need me to do.
I gotta get this one and help my partner. Help me twist.
Now that cop
Help me
over.
twist this, please. Twist it really tight. Twist it again. Oh my God.
Maybe if she hadn't attacked the man, maybe if she'd had some patience, maybe if they didn't taser and electrocute him for 18 seconds.
Okay. Twist it again. Twist it as hard as you can, okay?
I got you.
That's good. Put it in the thing.
It's there.
Okay. Oh my God.
Here, there.
335. I've got a tourniquet applied.
Have you got
I'm trying to get the 344. So the suspect's going.
He went that way.
I gotta get to my partner.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah. My people are on the way.
You need to sit down.
I'm with James Forbes. I would help somebody who's been shot, even if it was a pig. But I wouldn't like it.
Give me my
You're
mop.
going to see the other body camera angle in 1 second.
You need to sit down.
I need to get.
Yeah,
In the truck.
you need to sit down. You need to sit down. You need to sit down.
335. It's a.
Type vehicle is going to be a 2011 blue RX-5 Lexus.
What's your name, brother?
Ricky.
Hold my hand, please. 335. Got a tourniquet applied. 344's down. I can't get to him.
Let me ask you a question. When they shoot somebody and the person's been shot and the person's going through PTSD from a bullet being ripped through their body, does someone hold the person's hand after the pigs have shot them? Does someone put a tourniquet around their leg really quickly so that they don't bleed out? No. The double standard is so apparent and so gritty and so raw. Over 700 people here between Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe. You won't get this kind of knowledge and breakdown on very many other channels. So thank you for coming.
He's not.
You're not breathing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not peeing.
No,
You may have to back up. Tourniquet applied. 344's down. I can't get to him.
She could get to him, but she needs to sit down and take care of her own injury, which is understandable. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else either.
He's not.
You're not breathing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not peeing.
No,
You may have to back up.
She said she might pee.
Is that your only place is in the leg?
That's all I feel.
306, you have 3 forces to split the channel.
Oh my goodness.
I confirm we're getting another unit side on.
Can you lay your head down?
Leave the vehicle 120.
I couldn't even see what kind of car it was.
306, we have channel 2 open. Channel 2 is now open.
He's dead, Cope. The guy's dead.
306. How far out are you?
I hear a siren, I think.
We got units about 3 or 4 minutes out from you. About 3 miles out. Stay nice.
I hear him.
335. I think I'm about to go unconscious. 344's down. I can't get to him.
Work on the Shelby. Hold on.
Okay.
306 John Center. Open up channel 2 for everybody else. Get that vehicle description out on channel 2.
Stand for.
Just wait. They're going to show the other body cam in a second. So Grateful Dabs and Here's the Deal have both said self-defense, in my opinion. Was it self-defense? If you take off the badge and you take off the authority, was it self-defense? If you get electrocuted for 18 seconds with however many thousands of volts, is that a self-defense? And then the follow-up question is, what do you feel for the dead copper on the ground? What do you feel? Do you feel for him? Because you're going to see a teary-eyed, when we cover Here's the Deal's video next, you're going to see a bunch of teary-eyed cops at the press conference and, oh, we've lost a copper, for 2 different cops in Burnsville, Minnesota. But would they have the press conference for us with everybody crying? Or would they test our blood, search our house, look up any criminal record, and then report on that, not put a tourniquet on us, put us in torture cuffs while we bleed out? But I'm supposed to feel some empathy. I'm supposed to feel bad. Is that right? You created a jackboot thug pig organization that has no standard of care. SOP, SOC, standard of care. There's no SOC for us. But when they get shot and they get killed, everybody cry. Everybody cried. So sad the cops was killed. A hero died. Is that how you feel? You think a hero died?
I'm right here. I'm okay. I'm okay. Take care of Greg. Take care of Greg.
Look at the chivalrous behavior. There's a guy looking there. He's dead. Cop on the ground's dead. And look what happens when you have a pigtail squeal. Here comes Piggy to check on the dead guy.
I'm right here. I'm okay. I'm okay. Take care of Greg. Take care of Greg. Take care of Greg.
Save the pigtail.
Come on.
I can't, brother. I can't. I don't think I can.
Come on, help me get her in the car. Help me get her in the car.
In your car?
Yeah, my car.
Look how quickly they're rushing her off to the hospital. I watched this last night. Look how quickly they're getting her into the car to get her to the hospital. Quickly, hurry. Get a tourniquet on her. Help her. Get her to the hospital quick. But if you get shot, you go in torture cuffs, arms behind your back, no tourniquet for you. The double standard. The policies, procedures, and protocols for what happens to you after you get shot are completely the opposite for what happens when a pig gets shot. But I'm supposed to feel so bad now. Oh, Chille, you're so mean. You're so cruel-hearted. No. I'm a loving, caring, giving humanitarian. These pigs have one set of rules for them and a totally different set of rules for us. Everybody get your tissues and cry because a pig died. But if you died, they would promote your rap sheet and promote that you had a blood this in your chemicals. But for them, everybody, look how quickly. Hurry, get her to the hospital.
You got a tourniquet on?
Yeah.
All right, where are you shot? Just on the
Hold
leg?
on. Hold on. Let me help.
Rush. Get her to the hospital. Hurry. But not for you or me.
Right here.
But not for you or me. For you and I, screw you. Look at all the medical aid. Look at all the help she's getting so quickly.
I think it's just my boy.
Oh, is that what it's like when you get shot? Do you listen to her? Can you hear her? Is that what it's like when you get shot? Oh, God. Oh, yeah, that's what it's like. So when you pig shoot somebody, you put them in torture cuffs and leave them on the ground to bleed out. And you wonder why there's 700 people in here and very few feel any empathy for you. And you're kind. It's us versus them. And you made it like that. We fucking hate you. Do you get it? We hate you. And why do we hate you? Because you signed up to do it to us. You signed up to follow a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that are brutal, inhumane, and barbaric. F you. Breathe easy and don't electrocute somebody for 18 seconds. Sit on the side of the road till the guy calms down. Block his car in. Don't attack us. And maybe, just maybe, the people will be on your side. But of the 700 people here, very few people here feel 1 ounce of empathy for the pig who got shot or the dead pig on the ground. And that's how it is now. Sorry. Welcome to reality. We fucking hate you because of what you do to us. Because we see you do it to us in the streets every single God blessed day. But oh God, get her to the hospital. Listen to the trauma she's going through. Just listen to what she's going through after being shot just in the leg. Not in the shoulder, not in the stomach, in the leg.
I think it's just my boy. Oh my God.
Sounds painful.
It's gonna hurt.
I know.
That's what it feels like when you get shot. What do you do when the pigs shoot somebody? What do you pigs do? Put them in torture cuffs. Show no standard of care for the human being who you've shot. And now we're all supposed to cry because there's a dead pig. You wonder why I'm the way I am? Because the way you are.
Oh my God.
I got shot in the car.
I'm getting her to the hospital.
Hurry, get her to the hospital. Within 120 seconds of the other pig arriving, they have got her in a car, not in torture cuffs, a tourniquet around her wound, and are rushing her to the hospital to get her the help she deserves as a human being. We're all humans. We all have mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers. We all need care after being shot. But that's not the policies, procedures, and protocols that you pigs signed up to do to us. But we're supposed to go, oh God, a pig has been shot. Oh, where? There's very few people in here who show empathy. Read the comments. I've gotten 25 emails from people telling me, Chille, stop saying that you would stop someone from beating up a cop. One guy wrote me and said, listen, with all due respect, Chille, I love you. I love your channel. Can you stop with saying that you would help a cop in need? That's how the policies, procedures, and protocols that you've agreed to follow have people feeling about you pigs. Let this be a lesson to you. Wake up. Change the policies, procedures, and protocols. When somebody gets shot, you don't put them in torture cuffs. You get out a tourniquet. Isn't that what she did?
Right off the main road.
Previous traffic, so from the AMR and Route 2 altered mental status patient 1225
And this pig's patience and the way he acts, he's dead.
84-year-old male.
There's no emergency. There's no emergency. Nobody's life's in danger. Nobody's been hurt. There's no bleeding babe in the street. There's no weeping man who's been taken. It's a simple pullover for someone who could be driving slightly impaired.
I don't smoke marijuana.
So you can either step out of the car,
I don't.
or I
Can you
pull out.
please?
You can step out the car.
So he turns to the man and asks for some level of empathy. Could you get her to calm down? I'm not violent. I haven't broken any law. He could be driving impaired. We can't allow that. I get it. But he hasn't done anything violent. He hasn't hit anybody in his car. So he looks to the new person to have some level of rational.
I don't smoke marijuana.
So you can either step out of the car,
I don't.
or I
Can
can
you
pull you out.
please?
You can step out the car.
No, sir.
You will get out of the car.
Oh, you can step out of the car just demanding.
Treat me as racism, man.
That's racism. I don't care what color you are, dude.
I know you don't, because you're blue and the rest of us are not, and you only care about you. There it is right there in a nutshell. You're blue, so you only care about you. Put it in the chat. You're blue, so you only care about you. That's a fact. Where's the tourniquet for everybody else? Where's the rush to the hospital within 120 seconds for everybody else at the pig shoot?
He gave you a lawful command.
I don't smoke marijuana. She
asked you.
He's still not losing his composure. Let's have a rational conversation. I don't smoke, he's saying.
She asked you to get out of the car.
Get out of the car, bro.
Y'all said it smell like weed. I need you to get a dog, please.
No, we don't have to have a dog.
Get a dog.
Remember, she's been calling him brother and no problem. It's all going to work out. How many kids you got? Oh, that's one too many kids.
There's been no marijuana
Calling him brother.
in this car.
I'm going to tell you one more time. Can you get out of the car?
You're going to get to see how savagely this little pigtail tries to take on a full-grown man because she has the backing of a guy with a gun and manpower.
I can't, man.
You
I'm
can't?
recording this.
Okay,
I'm
you can
telling you
record
right
it.
now.
That's fine. I'm recording too. I've
So they're nice and calm and peaceful. He's not trying to drive off.
recorded this whole interaction. Go ahead and get
But
out
I'm
of the car.
not doing nothing wrong.
You were on the wrong side of the road, Kenny.
I was not on the wrong side of
You
the
were
road.
driving on the wrong side of the road, brother.
I'm
Get
not
out
on
of
the
the
wrong
car.
side of the road.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
I'm not. No.
You're about to go to jail for refusing.
No, you can't do that.
You're about to go.
You can't do this, man.
Look at the attack. She begins to attack him.
Can't do this. Get your hands off of me, man, please.
Look at that. Look at her.
Can't do this. Get your hands off of me, man, please. Please get your hands off of me, please. Please.
Get out of the car.
What in God's good name makes a 140-pound girl, at the most, think she has the physical ability to jump in a full-grown man's car and drag him out? In what kind of bozo clown world are we living in? She's not qualified. She doesn't have the strength to do it. And she shouldn't be attacking him. He's not attacking anybody else. He's just disagreeing and being disagreeable. You could put one squad car in front of his car, one squad car in back, and say, cool, we'll sit with you until this is over. This is what they do. They drive around looking for problems. They have a problem. Okay, then deal with it properly. But instead, look at how this pigtail attacks a full-grown man.
Man, you can't do this. Get your hands off of me. Please.
And then when she can't do it, what does she say? Attack him.
Please get your hands off of me, please.
Go ahead and get in there.
Please.
Get out of the car. Get your ass out of the car.
Get out of the car now.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Out of the car.
Now.
Please, I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the car.
Please, can I answer my call?
No, get out of the car.
Now.
Out of the car.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the
Why
car.
are y'all doing this to me, man? Why are you doing this to me?
Get out of the car, man.
We got 1,000 points.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the car, Kenny.
This is not my car. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I didn't say it was your car. Get out of the car, Kenny. Go ahead, hit him. Out of the car.
She calls for violence because he won't do what she wants him to do. Protect and serve my booty. Protect and serve is a lie. Public servant. How many pigs do you hear say, I signed up to help people? Really, genuinely, I signed up to help people. But their policy, procedure, and protocol is the opposite of help. Their policy, procedure, and protocol is brutal, inhumane, and barbaric. This is barbarianism. This is disgusting. And they blame him for shooting back after he's savagely attacked.
Car. Get out of the car, Kenny. Go ahead, hit him. Out of the car.
Get out of the car. Taser deployed.
He's still calm. Listen to the screaming.
Out of the car. Get out of the car, dog.
I didn't do nothing.
Get out.
I didn't do nothing.
He hasn't done anything.
Please don't do this to me.
You're about to get
Please.
it again.
Now,
Please.
listen to this. She gets
You're
tased.
about to get it again.
Stop. Let me talk to my man. Oh my God.
Get him out.
I just got tased.
You're getting it again. Oh, shit.
I told you, motherfucker.
So, just so you know,
Tased.
You're getting it again. Oh, shit.
I told you, motherfucker.
now right there, when you hear Kenny say, I told you, mother effer, McCowan, the pig who did the tasing, is trying to run away. Kenny steps out of the car and pops him. He had been electrocuted for 18 seconds. He never asked to be violent. He may have been wrong. Let's say he was impaired. Let's say he was breaking the law. I agree. Has to be stopped. I agree. I'm against DUI. Why don't we give him a ride home? Hey, Kenny, you went over the center line. We're going to have to drive your car home from here. And then you're going to have to go in a diversion program or we're going to charge you with crimes. People will acquiesce. People are, look what happened in 2020. So many people were willing to do something that was completely illogical and stupid. Stupid. But they did it because human beings are willing to acquiesce to almost anything. So right here, you could see that Kenny has popped out of the car. And right there, obviously, I can't show that, but you'll hear it.
Oh, shit. I told you, motherfucker.
And that was the shot, that last shot, I think was the shot that actually did McCowan in. And now as he drives, she's going to try to kill him. She shoots at him, tries to kill him. So do you see the double standard? They have all the care in the world for themselves. They can shoot you and kill you. They can electrocute you. But for the love of God, if you fight back, then you're bad and society should deem you bad. Put a 1 in the chat if that was self-defense. Put a 1 in the chat if that was self-defense. I'm just curious. How many people here believe that Kenny was defending himself from being attacked by 2 jackboot thug pigs? I just want to know. So if you pigs are watching, take a look at the numbers. There's 780 people in the room right now. 780 people. Do I have any number 2s? The cops were right and justified in what they did? Are there any number 2s? I see all 1s. So maybe you pigs should take notice. The policies, procedures, and protocols that you sign up to join the Death Star are the reason why we fucking hate you. Do you get it? This is why you're hated. And some people will say, oh, I don't hate, I just strongly dislike. I don't support them. I don't like them. They won't say the truth, how they really feel, that they hate you. I'll say it. I hate cops. You signed up to policies, procedures, and protocols that are brutal, inhumane, and barbaric. And there's no fixing that because you signed up to do that. That's why when I meet you pigs, I say, you're an evil demon and you can shut your mouth. That's why I talk to them the way I do. Because any one of these pigs would put you in torture cuffs after you were shot, but they would get a tourniquet on a buddy in blue. What was the saying I said earlier? If you're not blue, it doesn't matter. What was the saying I said? I can't remember. We'll go back and listen to it. Now I want to show you another video along the same vein here. Here's the deal. Here's the deal covered this yesterday. He was in the room earlier. I'm sure that he saw this video that I showed today and immediately began to go to his process and start to make a report, as he should. And this is another video of 2 Burnsville, Minnesota cops who were gunned down. And I'm going to show only a few minutes of this. I love Brian. I love Here's the Deal, one of my favorite channels on all of YouTube. But we're going to get into it here.
And the government, or in the, I see a lot of, well, all right, welcome back to the Here's the Deal channel.
Thanks,
I want to
Brian.
talk about this incident that happened in Burnsville, Minnesota, where 2 cops were, and 1
killed.
Firefighter was as well. But I consider this a very serious situation because anytime a firearm is discharged in the direction of a human being,
exactly,
it's serious.
Yes.
And I personally ask, why did that happen? What were the events that led up to the discharge of a weapon that ended in the eradication of 3 people and possibly the 4th? So all I ask you guys to do in the chat, I don't ever, you can say what you want, but please be respectful.
No. Say whatever you want. Let the pigs see how you feel. Let the pigs know your commentary. I'll put it on screen so that the pigs understand. You can't get more training. It's not more training. The training is the problem. It's the policies, procedures, and protocols that you have agreed to do. That is the problem in America. That we go in torture cuffs after you shoot us, but you get a tourniquet and a 2-second ride to the hospital because they realize when someone gets shot, like Brian just said, it's extraordinarily serious. So now we're going to get here. I watched Brian's video last night.
Gun it is, but more than likely it's going to be the let's see, parent chief. And I really want to kind of hone in on the reaction of the police chief. And I want to compare that with how they react when a member of the public is victimized by the police. And then we're going to look at some of the stuff that mainstream media is trying to cram down our throats.
Our community and our team. I thank you all for being with us today as we share some important information on a critical incident that occurred in our community this morning. Today, we'll have several updates for you. First, Drew Evans from the BCA will provide an update on the critical incident that occurred. And then both our police chief and our fire chief will make comments about this difficult day in our
Oh, they're so broken. He's such a broken man.
team, in our family here in Burnsville. Words can't express how hard today hit.
Now, notice his voice is quivering. It's going to be the same with the police chief and other people who come up to the lectern, and their voices are quivering, their eyes are wet. It's tragic to them. I'm not minimizing this at all.
Oh no, I'm not minimizing it either, Brian. And I actually called Brian last night on the phone after I watched his presentation, and I left him a voicemail. I'm sure he got that. So, is that what they do when they kill us? Is there a press conference and everybody cries? Today, ChilleDeCastro died, and he was shot by a jackboot thug pig, and he was an activist and a freedom fighter. He bailed lots of people out of jail, paid people's rents, raised money for people, paid for people's lawyers. He did everything he could to be a good humanitarian man. Remember the question on the thumbnail? If I, DeleteLawZ, died, would the cops celebrate? Yes, they would. But yet, when the pigs die, everybody's got to cry, oh, the cops got shot. We don't get to see the body cam of the entire life of the pigs who got killed. I'm sorry, I'm not God. I believe in God. I love God. I do everything I can to be humanitarian. I don't feel anything when these pigs die because I watch what they do to us. I watch how they torture cuff you and throw you in a dungeon with a bullet hole. How they put you in torture cuffs with a bullet hole in your body, maybe several. They don't stick fingers in the holes. They don't put a tourniquet around your leg. They watch you bleed out. Your girlfriend, your mother, your sister, your brother could be screaming, let me help him, please. And the cops will say, stay away from the body. And then when they do come up to you, they flip you over and torture cuff you, even if you're dead. But I'm supposed to cry for this piggy right here?
We'll make sure that we take good care of our team.
Yeah, it's your team, and we ain't on it.
People who serve this community day in and day out.
Oh, bullshit. You don't serve the community day in and day out. Look how many hundreds of people who are here that fucking hate you. We hate you. A lot of people in this chat celebrate that you pigs have died. Sorry if you don't like it. The reality is your policies, procedures, and protocols that you follow are brutal, inhumane, and barbaric to the point where the general public, good people, how many people in the room are bad people? How many people are bad? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a good person. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a good, loving person. There's tons of people in here who are good, loving people. How come it is we feel absolutely nothing for you? Because we've seen thousands of videos where you torture cuff dead bodies. Do you get it? Am I getting through to you yet? It's your policies, procedures, and protocols. Has nothing to do with you. Oh, I got a friend. He says, hey, my brother was a cop and he was a good one. Sorry, bro. No, he wasn't. Your brother was pig, bro. Your brother signed up to do the same that this guy does. Your brother, when someone's shot, will watch you get torture cuffed. That's what your brother does. Oh, my brother's good. Really? Why can't we see the body cam of the brother from Monday through Friday, every single interaction without it being turned off, without it being muted? Because it'll show that they're devious, evil demons trying to find a way to arrest you, impound your car, take you to the dungeon, and steal your money. And if you get shot, they will cuff you up and watch you bleed out on the ground. You wonder why there's so many people who hate you. Because of you. It's because of you.
Families. And we want to also make sure that we take good care of our team.
Your team, not our team.
The people who serve this community.
No, the people who serve themselves to being $10,000 a month who are parasites on us.
Day in and day out.
Not day in and day out. You're terrorists day in and day out.
Families.
Oh, their families? What about the families of people that you jackboot thug pigs murder? Go back to the original question on the thumbnail of this video. If I died saying the things I say and being the way I am, would the pigs celebrate my death? Yes or no? I want to know. How many people think yes, the pigs would celebrate if Chille DeleteLawZ died? How many people say no? I want to know right now. Put it in the chat. How many people think the cops, if they found out that I died, would be like, thank God he's dead? How many people? Well, Milena, you don't want me to die, but yes, 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 yes. Don't break the law and breathe easy. Eric Garner's parents, family, friends had to see the t-shirts the NYPD produced after they murdered him for selling a Lucy cigarette because he wouldn't comply to the jackboot thug pig who wanted to arrest him. He said, no, I'm not going to jail because jail is hell. Jail is absolute hell. It's absolute and total hell.
So thank you for giving us the grace.
Oh, giving us grace? You give us no grace.
And the patience and the understanding to inform their loved ones, to take care of our team.
Your team, bro. You keep saying it. He's nailing it. This guy's nailing it right here. To take care of our team. What was the saying I said earlier? If you're not blue, it doesn't matter. What was the saying that I said? I can't remember. It was off the cuff. But if you're not on team blue, it doesn't matter. They don't care. And he keeps saying it. Our team. Thanks for letting us take care of our people and our team. And you ain't on it. If you don't got a badge and you don't suck the blue line, if you don't got that cop stick jammed up the back of your backside, all down your throat, then you're against them. It's us versus them. And they dress up like G.I. Joe loser every single day. I saw this pig crying yesterday. Thank you for what was it? If you're not on team blue, we don't care about you. That's what it was. If you're not on team blue, we don't care about you. That's how they feel. That's how they behave. But yet,
and to even process this ourselves.
Oh, you mean like other families where you murder people? Their families have to process watching the video of you cuffing up after you shoot them?
With that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Evans with the BCA.
Oh, these are the super cops of Minnesota.
Okay, he's going to give some more detail.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Drew Evans. I'm the superintendent at the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension.
Oh, so the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. So if the cops shoot you, it's criminal. If you shoot the cops, you're a murderer. You're the criminal if the cops shoot you. But if you shoot them, then you're a criminal.
And we've been asked to investigate this matter, and I'll provide a quick update. First, thank you on behalf of the team here for all the law enforcement support, the governor's support.
The team here, do you hear it? They're not even hiding it.
Provide a quick update. First, thank you on behalf of the team here.
The team. It's not your team. It's their team.
For all the law enforcement support, the governor's support, Commissioner.
The governor. What have I said I'm doing? Running for governor. You know why? Because there's not a governor in America that gives a damn about us. Don't care about us. Up in Ohio, they have BCI super cops. Really, they're the super cops to cover up the cops murdering people. Cop murdered somebody. Bring in BCI. BCI is there to cover up the murder. BCI in Ohio, you're a disgusting joke. You are. Bunch of pigs. Bunch of dirty If you're not on team blue, we don't care about you. That's just the simple fact. That's the way it is.
Public safety support for everybody that's having just an incredibly difficult day. This is...
Bro, we have I'm sorry for stopping this so much. We have an incredible, difficult day every day watching what you jackboot thug pigs do to people. I watched this last night. I wanted to go live last night after I watched Brian's video. Listening to these pigs cry. But if you're not on team blue, we don't care about you. You'll get no tourniquet. We won't rush you to the hospital. You'll get torture cuffed as you bleed out on the ground. But everybody cry for the pigs.
It's really a terrible day for the city of Burnsville.
Oh, for the whole city? Actually, half of Burnsville is rejoicing. I'm just being honest. Hey, if you can't take the honesty, go fly a kite. Half of us hate you. Hate you. Most people, the emails I got, the 25 emails said, Chille, stop saying you would help a cop. People hate you.
All of the residents, the law enforcement.
Not all the residents. Half of us hate you.
And fire communities that are mourning the loss of these public servants that occurred early today.
Oh, now you're public servants? Aren't you law enforcers all the time? We're law enforcement, but now you're public servants after you get murdered? Everybody feel bad for the public servant who died. I don't. I feel nothing. As a matter of fact, I feel rightfully indignant that you, jackboot thug pig, just said that all the civilians in Burnsville are mourning. No, they're not. Half of us hate you because the policies, procedures, and protocols. It has nothing to do with the individual person who signs up to the pig force. You joined the Death Star with Darth Vader. It's only a matter of time before you're corrupt and evil. Sorry, that's the fact.
Hey.
You can't take it, piggy? Let it burn. This is the truth.
At approximately 1:50 a.m. on February 18th, Burnsville police were called to a residence in the 12,600 block of 33rd Avenue domestic situation, where a man was in barricade with family that there were
shot.
7 children in the home, ranging from ages 2 to
Right. So it's about the children, right?
15
Sure.
at the time of this event occurred. When officers got to the scene, the individual was barricaded, and they spent quite a bit of time negotiating with this
Obviously not enough time, huh?
individual who was barricaded in the home, and additional officers responded at that time. At one point during that barricaded situation, the subject
I'm showing you guys everything. Listen, they're not hiding it. Our team, the subject. The subject? You mean the man who had a mental breakdown and then you surrounded him with pigs, gave him no way out, and so he killed some pigs? Is that what you mean? Is that what you're talking about? That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. If you're not on Team Blue, we don't care about you. My friend's boyfriend was murdered by Arlington PD February 8th, 2024. I sent you a link in your email. I'll take a look at it. Where was the weeping for this man? Did you have a press conference? Did everybody cry? No. You pulled up his criminal record. You tested his blood. You searched his house and his car to paint him bad so that you would justify his murder by the pigs.
Opened fire on the officers in the home, and officers Elmstrad.
See, here's what I wonder. I wonder who fired first.
Exactly, Brian.
Because we know, especially in young cops, and we've seen this, there's a pattern in young cops. We know that there's testosterone going on. There's adrenaline flooding the system. In some cases, I'm not saying it all, and I'm not saying it's happening in this one, but steroids play a part. So it changes, it alters your mind, it alters your mood, it alters your ability to cope with what life is handing you at the time. So there's all these variables that I don't think that they're going to say, that they're going to touch on and speak about.
Right. They don't say Officer Gonzalez and Officer Rankin were on massive doses of TRT. They don't say that they were taking Winstrol and Deca and Primobolan. They don't list the anti-estrogen pills that they were taking. They don't test their blood to see what's in their blood. They just mourn the death of the pigs. How do we know if the pig wasn't on PCP? How do we know the pig wasn't on meth? Do we test their blood? No. We just mourn the death of public servants. Now they're public servants. Did you catch that?
If there was an act of aggression, an initiation of an act of aggression on the part of the police department and these officers that arrived on the scene, do you think that the police department and the investigations unit is going to be forthright with that information? Because we've seen time after time in the past where not only are they not forthright, they obscure what actually happened. It's just, man, you hate to be in a world where you've got to question everything, but you know what? You got to question everything. You can't believe everything that. Here we go. Now listen closely to her voice.
Okay, now here it is again. Here it is again. And I saw this last night, and then we're going to go over to the trial for Kenny, where the pig who got shot is going to testify. I have that video queued up next.
Bring.
Thank you for being here. This is a hard day. It's a really hard day for our public safety family.
There it is. There it is right there. It's a hard day for our public safety family. They're no longer law enforcers. And it's a hard day for their family. They're showing us everything we need to see. It's us versus them. And I pray that it doesn't go to absolute total violence. If we go to violence, we failed. We need the numbers. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. 2/3 of you watching are not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button. We need the numbers for when I call for a sit-in. We go to that police department with 1,000 of us and we sit in and we're willing to go to jail. You want to arrest me for peacefully protesting? I'm willing to go with you. But then what do they got to do? Torture cuff you. Put your hands behind your back. Put the torture cuffs on tight. You're completely debilitated. Your shoulders are burning. Can't wipe your nose. Can't take a piss. That's the policies, procedures, and protocols. But it's their public safety family all of a sudden now. Now it's their public safety
this
family.
This is a hard day. It's a really hard day for our public safety family.
Are you that broken up when you kill people?
We're hurting.
Oh, you're hurting?
Okay, we're hurting.
Yeah, we're hurting. Bizatch, we're hurting. We're hurting. Watching thousands and thousands of videos of you murder us, beat us, torture us in the streets. We're hurting. That's why so many of us hate you. And a lot of them say, I hate what you do. I hate the system. I hate this. No, I hate you. You're the pig doing it to people.
Today, 3 members of our team
listen.
Ultimate sacrifice.
They paid the sacrifice. How many people had they abused? I want to see the body cam of these pigs every day they worked without muting, without turning it off.
For this community.
No, not for the community. They don't sign up for the community. They sign up for themselves to make $10,000 a month. They get right out of the military and say, well, what else am I going to do? I guess I'll be a pig. Or they sign up because they can't do anything else. They're tired of working in the garage, tired of retreading tires, tired of counting ducks pass by the pond.
They are heroes.
They are not heroes. Let's see their body camera for their entire career. Break it out. I'm not celebrating any of these pigs. Let me see the body camera of all of what they did.
Our police officers and our fire paramedics, they come to work every day. They do it willingly.
They don't. They don't do it willingly. Stop this BS with your service. You signed up to make $10,000 a month. You don't make $10,000 a month in any other job. A lot of them, we saw that pig the other day, made $292,000 a year. You can't get that job. This dumb twat right here can't get a job doing anything else. She's completely inept, incapable of doing anything. She's literally a moron.
Paramedics, they come to work every day. They do it willingly.
No.
They know that they might have to give up their life.
No.
For their partners,
No.
for someone else.
No. Oh, for their partners. Listen. For their partners.
They know they have to give up their life sometime.
Oh, what a load of shit. Everything you do is for officer safety. It's not even in the top. Being a logger is more dangerous. Being an insurance salesman is more dangerous. Being a delivery driver is more dangerous. They're not willing to give up their life. You take every single precaution to not have any chivalry, to not put yourself in danger, to take no risks for yourself. Ask the parents of the children of Uvalde.
But you know what they also know from that frontline special that they did on that police department? And this is pretty much across the board. It's not relegated to just one police department. Their primary goal is no matter what, we got to get home safe at the end of the night so we can be with our family.
That's right, Brian. That's right. Let say it again, Brian.
Police department, and this is pretty much across the board. It's not relegated to just one police department. Their primary goal is no matter what, we got to get home safe at the end of the night so we can be with our family.
Right.
That's the primary objective.
That's right.
And they do it anyways.
No, they don't.
And you cannot
You
understand.
do it for a paycheck, chick. Stop the bullshit. You signed up for a paycheck. You signed up for a nice paycheck. You can't earn that money anywhere else. You can't start a trifold business. You can't start any business.
And if you're not in the profession.
Oh, what'd she say?
Our families. That's the primary
listen to what she says here.
objective.
And they do it anyways. And you cannot understand it if you're not in the profession.
The profession? Is that what it is?
Every day we want them to go home to their families.
To their
Every day we pray that they go home to their families.
Right.
And today that's not happening.
Look at Brian and I. Look at Brian's face. This is so funny. Look at Brian's face.
We pray that they go home to their families. And today that's not happening.
Look at Brian. The same face I have.
What about our families? I mean, what about the danger we're placed in every day? Every time you get behind the wheel of your car and you go on the open road, you are taking a chance of getting pulled over by what a lot of people consider to be road pirates, where they give themselves the right and the justification to trample your unalienable rights under something called traffic law. What about our lives? What about our pocketbooks? What about our economic security and our prosperity? What about our property? Why is it about you? Why is it about you making it home to your family safe? There's always this. That's what the thin blue line is all about. It's a dividing line between us and them. And it's self-imposed. They put it on themselves.
We are all hurting. Our officers, our fire department, our families, all of our staff, our community.
Now she's speaking for the entire community. What if there are people in the community that are like, "What? Don't you dare sit there and speak for me." We're going to see. I think I have the segment pulled up, but there's going to be a news lady say the whole state is hurting. The law enforcement community and everybody in the state is hurting over this. You can't. What? Stop saying that stuff.
Roy's giving out memberships, everybody. Roy's a big supporter of Team DLZ. He's bought maybe 100 memberships. Thanks, Roy. I really appreciate your support, brother. Because, they have their team and they swear an oath to kill, lie, murder, rape, burn, pillage, torture for their team. They'll do anything for their team. But until I came on the scene, there was, look, I'll just say, I'll pat myself on the back. Before I came on the scene, there was nobody calling up Hendry and saying, let's raise your bail money. The 1A community, you only got frauds like Lackluster who steal people's videos and then make $5,000 off the video and put $100 in a fundraiser for somebody. They have their team and you're not on it. And the community that we have with people like Roy, we created a funding apparatus for other people. We help people. We support people. Very few other people, other channels, other groups actually spend their own money to help other people. We do. They have their team, and now we have our team, and we have to be strong together.
Speak for yourself. Don't start speaking for other people. You can't even speak for everybody in the law enforcement community, although with the thin blue line thing, you probably can, because they look out for their own and they back their own no matter what. It doesn't matter if they're wrong. They're going to back them against you. And how do we know this? Because at those traffic stops, when backup arrives, there's not one. You could have 10 cops on the scene, 20 cops on the scene, 376 cops on the scene like you had in Uvalde. And you do not have one occurrence of one person standing up and doing the right thing. And, when you have that enigma that shows up every once in a while on the radar screen,
it goes viral.
Grab that. The female cop grabbed the sergeant by his belt as he was abusing that guy in the back of the cop car. Okay. But how many lives did she abuse before and after that event? So yeah, I'm not saying that cops don't do good things, and we have said this.
He's a lot more PC than I am, but he's saying it and trying to be uncouth and have some tact, the gloves are off for me. F you. F you, pig. Seriously. F you. Really. You signed up to be this. You don't want me to hate you, buddy? You don't want me to, you say I'm spreading hate? Look what you do. Look at what you do. You torture cuff people every day. If you're not on Team Blue, we don't care about you. If one of your buddies gets me in a headlock, you'll help them. You hold people down with 3, 4, 5 people while another person punches them in the face. And I'm the hateful person? You signed up for that. I'm the reality. I'm the reality check. That's why this channel's growing like a weed. That's why so many people are here. And so many people openly hate your guts. You think I'm full of hate? Look at yourself. Take a look at what you do. You want to hate me and say I'm evil? Look at what you do. I say, hey, why don't you take a stand and say, we could strap people up in other ways. We don't got to use torture cuffs. Their hands don't got to go behind their back. I've said that to how many hundreds of cops? You guys have seen me say it. Every one of them wears the torture cuffs right on the front. They have extra cuffs hanging on their light, hanging on little in their car. But I'm evil. I'm bad because I'm telling the truth that we hate you now, that there's thousands and millions of us who fucking hate you. But I'm bad. I'm just the real tip of the spear. That's a fact. Put it in the comment section. I am the tip of the spear. I am what pierces the beast. And when I become governor, I will change the policies of torture cuffs, detainment, prisons, torture chairs, shooting dogs, mace, tasers, cages in the back of cars, arresting people for domestic violence instead of actually trying to help those people. You signed up to be a barbarian. I'm just showing you a mirror. Don't hate me. Hate yourself. And that's a fact.
A lot of times, but for the most part, they are set up there to do one thing, and that's to go home safe at the end of the night. They're constantly voicing how they're scared. You made me nervous. You got to get out of the car, according to Pennsylvania versus Mims. We have the right to stop you, according to Terry v. Ohio, and we don't care about your Fourth Amendment. We see that a lot.
We're heartbroken. We are heartbroken.
Yeah, for your team, for you and your people. If you're not on Team Blue, they don't care about you.
We are going to need time to be together. Please. Our families need time to grieve.
Their families. It's about them and their unit and their group, but we are not a part of it.
They need time to be together.
Please, my family needs time to be together. That sounds like Bernardino County, where the family was going down the road at a high rate of speed, not endangering lives, trying to get their dog Stella to the vet so that they could save Stella's life. And then Navarro comes along and, puts all the family members on the ground at gunpoint. They're saying, please, we just need time. We need time. So when society asks the cops, please give me time, give me space, let me investigate myself, I'll get back with you. You're not afforded that time, but somehow the society needs to afford you guys time to grieve for something that we don't even know what happened.
Right.
What if they were the aggressors? What if they were the initiators of force and violence?
That's right.
We don't know.
Right.
Because
we can't get the body cam because Republicans and Democrats have given the body cam to the pigs. Rich Rafferty is giving away memberships. Thanks, Sheldon. Rich Rafferty's giving away 5 DeleteLawZ memberships. Thank you, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Follow what I teach here. I'm opening your eyes and showing you. If you listen, they show who they are. If you're not on Team Blue, they don't care about you at all whatsoever. If you get killed, they'll test your blood to see if there's any Mary Jane in it and say, oh yeah, he was on Mary Jane. And then a portion of society will believe that the cops were justified because you were high.
Because it is what it is. Cops are known to, let's just say, bend the truth. Mainstream media is known to just...
I love Brian. Cops are jackboot thug pigs who are liars and murderers and cover up rape and cover up abuse and cover up drug dealing and cover up scandal and cover up theft and robbery by their own. Cops are scum. I'm sorry if you don't like it. You can't join a Death Star and agree to those policies, procedures, and protocols and then say, I have a right to go home safe to my family. And by the way, Brian said it earlier. What's their motto? When they fist bump each other, what do they say to one another? Whatever it takes for you to go home safe, brother. What is the SOC, the standard of care for you? 0. If you're not on Team Blue, they don't care about you. If you get shot, there'll be no tourniquet for you. There'll be nobody coming to help you. The cops will make sure that nobody helps you as you bleed out from a leg wound.
Outright lie as they support the thin blue line.
We need you to pray for them.
Yeah, Stella did not make it, by the way. Stella did not make it. And that guy was pleading with Navarro. By the way, Navarro is in jail. Like,
Superintendent Evans shared a little bit about each of the officers. I will just share that Officer Paul.
I don't hear any tears for the 7 children. I don't see.
Right.
There's no mention.
Superintendent Evans shared a little bit about each of the officers.
Okay. But did you share the history of their body cameras? Did you share the history of what they did to other people? No, we can't get that because Republicans and Democrats have given the body camera to pigs. We don't get to see it. What happened? Why were these pigs murdered? We don't know. We have no idea. We have no idea why these pigs were murdered. No clue. None whatsoever. We have no idea what actually happened, what really happened. Now I'm going to show you this other video right here. This is the trial of Kenny right here. Here's the trial. Remember Kenny? Kenny who was who just
this preliminary hearing. And as far as I can say, we believe that we will be able to do a competent job. We're not saying that we aren't prepared, but we are saying that Mr. DeHart has the right to counsel of his choice. As far as I know, this is a case of first impression because I have never in 50
from 2018 to a charge of aggravated assault, which was pled guilty to the lesser included of Exhibit 3.
Copies of these documents.
This is what I want you to see. I watched this earlier. I watched this live. So there's the pig who got shot in the leg, who attacked Kenny, and then and said, "Tase him," and then electrocuted him, which drove him crazy, and then he shot those pigs. And let me just say something, okay? I'm not sorry. This is how I feel. Do you want me to lie? Would you like me to say, oh, everybody, I feel so bad for the pigs who were murdered? I don't. Do I feel bad for the pig who was shot? No, I don't. Do they feel bad for us? Put a 1 in the chat if they don't feel bad for us. Do the pigs feel bad when they murder somebody, when they shoot somebody in the leg? When they beat somebody with sticks and tasers and electrocute them? Do the pigs feel bad? Remember the thumbnail. I watched the video of Kenny being tased. When the cop comes up, he's smiling. Just like that cop in Mississippi who tased the black man in the back and said, "Oh, you won it again? You won it again? She said, oh, you won it again? You want to get it again?" She was so excited. I'm not going to lie to you pigs. You signed up to follow policies, procedures, and protocols that make you an evil person. Do you get it? You want the truth, right? The truth will set you free. Maybe you watching this right now will resign and say, I can no longer do it. F pension, F how many years I put in, I quit. Otherwise, you're just like the rest. And people hate you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're hated for what you've done. Oh, she looks like a real nice person. I feel 0 for her.
Morning. Will you state your name, please?
Shelby Akers.
And will you spell your last name for the record?
E-G-G-E-R-S.
Thank you. And where are you employed?
The Blount County Sheriff's Office.
And what is your current position at the Blount County Sheriff's Office?
Deputy Sheriff, Assignment Patrol.
And how long have you been with the Sheriff's Office?
Almost 5 years.
Have you held positions with the sheriff's office prior to going to patrol?
Yes, sir.
What are those?
Oh, okay. So now what they're doing here is they're justifying her qualifications to be a pig to the judge and the Kevin and Karen in the jury. You have to turn the Kevin or Karen in your family, in your life, and show them that these jackboot thug Shabindu gave away a membership. Thank you, Shabindu. But they're justifying her and saying, oh, because she's been a pig here, she's been a pig there, she's been a pig everywhere, that she is qualified to understand the pig rules and the pig life. And that's what she's saying. That's what they're saying. They're qualifying her.
Worked in Full Academy. I graduated November 4th.
And just in general, not specifically, what all does the academy cover?
Oh, shut up.
Basic patrol duties.
The academy covers, if you read the Mullen Commission, the academy covers that you swear to lie, cheat, steal, and murder for anybody else that you don't know, as long as they're on Team Blue. But if you're not on Team Blue, they don't care about you. And that's a simple fact.
Since getting out on your own patrol and completing that, have you had any additional training that you've undergone regarding
The training is the problem.
Your patrol activities?
Yes, sir. I attend 40 hours of in-service every year.
Oh, 40 hours of in-service every year. It means diddly squat bupkis piss to us, lady. It means you went to executioner school, to dungeon school, to pig school.
And responsibilities while you're on duty? Work.
4 p.m. Evening shift, which is
How?
different every zone. It has backup for the entire county.
Thank you. And if I could now please direct your attention to Thursday, February.
Okay, so they qualified her for being a pig and qualified all of her qualifications for being a pig.
The 8th of 2024. Were you on duty on that date?
Yes, sir.
And I assume you were working, as you said, evening shift, second shift?
Yes, sir.
And did you have an assigned zone that day?
She had an assignment to pull people over, arrest them, impound their car, take them to the dungeon, and steal their money.
Yes, sir. I was assigned to County Zone 3.
And just in general, where is zone? While you were on duty on February the 8th, did you have reason to conduct a traffic stop on Sevierville Road?
Yes, sir.
And what type of vehicle was it that you stopped?
It was a silver Lexus SUV.
And do you know where on Sevierville Road this traffic stop occurred?
It occurred in the 4900 block in between Eagle Road and Destiny Lane.
So just so you know, when I look at her, let me just tell you what I see. I see someone who can't do anything else besides follow orders and abuse people. I don't look at her and think, oh, I feel sympathy for her. I don't feel anything for her. I'm glad she didn't die. How about that? I'm glad her family doesn't have to suffer the pain of her dying. But had she died, I would have thought 2 dead pigs. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. Do you want me to lie? I'm not going to lie. I have no empathy for you because you have no empathy for us. You have no sympathy for me. You have no sympathy for anybody else. You have no empathy is when you can put yourself in someone else's shoes. Sympathy is what you feel for another person. I'm sympathetic for that person. I empathize with you when I understand how you feel. I have sympathy for you if I can't understand how you feel. Half right. Oh, I'm evil though. I shouldn't laugh.
And is that located in Blount County, Tennessee? And do you know the approximate time of the traffic stop?
Around 2000 hours or 8 p.m.
8 p.m. And what was it that caused you to stop that vehicle? Did you observe or see anything?
Yes, so I came up behind the vehicle.
Car was swerving, should have been stopped. We get it.
Traffic stop? Why is that?
It's not safe for me or the person.
Traffic shots?
Yes, opposite side of the road.
And is it that at that time that you activated your emergency?
She's got like that troll, that troll who stole all my stuff. She's got one of those eyes that doesn't work.
And is it that at that time that you activated your emergency lights?
Yes.
Okay. And did the vehicle stop?
Yes.
Where is it that it stopped initially? Stopped in the middle of the road.
I walked up to the driver's side window and I introduced myself to the driver as Shelby and told him that I worked for the Blount County Sheriff's Office and that I was going to ask him to pull into the driveway, which was just forward and to the left of where he stopped in the road.
And did he do that initially?
Sort of. He pulled up, then he pulled horizontally across the driveway that I'd asked him to pull into. stopped it again.
And did he do so?
Yes.
Vehicle, you know who that was?
Yes. It
Who?
was the defendant, Kenny Devlin.
Could you please identify him here today?
Yes, he's sitting in front.
Thank
Let the record reflect they've identified the guy in the jumpsuit who was tortured and fought back against the pigs.
you. What did you do? Did you tell the defendant why you had stopped him?
Yes, sir.
What did you tell him?
I told him, I introduced myself again, and I let him know that I'd stopped him because he was all over the roadway.
All right. Now, to be fair, had you ever met the defendant, Mr. DeHart, before this day?
No, sir.
Did you have any prior knowledge whatsoever of the defendant before this interaction?
No, sir.
What did the defendant say in response when you told him why he had been stopped?
He told me that he didn't realize that he had swerved. He had been pulling his hair back, and he may have swerved in that, but he was so sorry he didn't realize that he had swerved.
Right. So did you offer to do a sobriety test, or did you go back to your car and radio in, hey, I think I got a DUI over here. Get over here. Let's arrest him. Did she say, hey, you know what? I think that maybe you're impaired. Scoot over. I'm going to drive the car home. No. She followed a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that include trying to ruin him. And he fought back. And now a pig's dead. And we're all supposed to be so sad, supposed to cry so hard. Piggy died. I don't feel anything. I'm sorry.
Okay. Did you ask the defendant for his license, registration, proof of insurance, that sort of thing?
Yes.
And was he able to provide those?
Yes.
So you know where he lives. You have his insurance. You have his registration. You have his address on his driver's license. Didn't you talk to his mom? I sure did. So there's no way he's actually going to get away with anything, right? Exactly.
Able to retrieve his wallet from the floor, pull his driver's license out of his wallet. We were having a conversation, but he continually was talking. So he was distracted a bit, and it took him a moment to find the vehicle registration.
Did that seem at all at odd to you or indicate anything to you or anything like that?
He was maybe upset or nervous about something because he was continually talking. He did not stop talking from the time that.
Objection. It doesn't matter if you talk a lot, you talk a little, you look away, you look at them. Everything you do is suspicious because of Terry versus Ohio. Everything you do is, that made me suspicious because he was talking a lot. Really? What if he wasn't talking at all? That made me suspicious because he wasn't saying anything. Well, did he talk to you? He was sporadically talking, which made me suspicious. Doesn't matter what you do. The pigs have the right to be suspicious because of the black robe tyrants in 1968 in Terry versus Ohio made suspicion a relevant thing. And let me just point out, she looks like she's dumb as a box of rocks because she is. Leroy Truth Investigations is here, everybody. He does a lot of videos over there.
All right. So you took his driver's license, correct?
Yes, sir. And he handed me the vehicle registration.
All right. Did you notice anything else or sense anything else at that time that caused you concern?
I observed the odor of marijuana at the driver's side window.
All right. So based on that, you've got his driver's license.
This is where I had to stop because I had an emergency I had to go to.
Where do you go from there?
I go back to my vehicle so that I can check his driver's license status and see if he has any active warrants in any of the local counties.
And was his license valid?
His license was valid. He did not have any active warrants.
So he has no warrants. He's got an active license, but you got to get him in torture cuffs.
All right. What do you do while you're in the vehicle at this time?
I radio my partner and say, we get to arrest one of these guys.
I made a phone call to Deputy McCowan. We had already spoken back and forth over the radio, and I knew he was on his way to me. I called him on the phone just to give him a little bit more information of what I was dealing with. I let him know that I thought that I had an impaired driver and that I was possibly going to be doing SFSTs or standardized field sobriety tests with the driver.
But you never asked him to do any of that.
So from an investigatory purpose,
look at her. She's a little bit retarded.
You're going to extend this traffic.
Look at her. She couldn't get a job doing anything else. The only job she could get is following orders and hurting people. She's not qualified to do anything else.
Stop. For what reasons, based on your interaction with the defendant?
In order to determine whether the defendant was safe to operate a motor vehicle on a public roadway and to search the vehicle because of the odor.
All right. Thank you. Did you eventually return to the vehicle and make contact with the defendant again?
Yes.
Now, how did you approach the vehicle this second time?
The second time I made a passenger side approach, it gave me a bit more of a tactical advantage. My eyebrows were kind of raised based off of his, he seemed to be nervous.
I mean, put a 1 in the chat if the cops pull you over, if you get nervous. But to the Kevin judge and the Karen in the jury and the Kevin in the jury, he appeared to be nervous. Put a 1 in the chat if you get pulled over by the cops, if it makes you nervous. Whether I like it or not, it doesn't make me nervous, but I get this shot of adrenaline and I'll feel it. I feel like this shot of adrenaline inside of me from the happening. And so no matter what he does or says, she can find a reason to be suspicious. So the problem is Terry versus Ohio. If pigs can be suspicious, like Felicia said here, what if the police has paranoia, like maybe thinking acorns are coming at him? And we're supposed to trust the pig's state of mind at the time of the pullover because the cop thinks the person is being suspicious or looks suspicious. But it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine because the cop used to work retreading tires. He used to work as a janitor because all he could do was push a broom, had no other skills. But then because he didn't have a criminal record and nobody will sign up who's a good person to these policies, procedures, and protocols, now his suspicion, when he was previously a janitor, now his suspicion trumps my freedom. And when he goes to court, he says, well, he didn't look at me. He looked at me. Doesn't matter which way he says it. I was suspicious of him.
So I made a passenger side approach as kind of an element of surprise.
At this point, are you
Kind of raised based off of his, he seemed to be nervous. So I made a passenger side approach as kind of an element of surprise.
At this point, are you?
You hear what she just said? She made a passenger approach to have the element of surprise. She's trying to surprise him, trying to figure out a way she can hurt him.
Yelling at the defendant or anything like that? All right. Did you tell the defendant sort of what your plan was from an investigation standpoint?
Yes.
What did you tell him?
I let him know that I needed him to step out of the vehicle in order for me to search it, and I let him know also that I had probable cause to search it due to the over.
And how did he respond to that?
He was not very happy about it. He became more defiant, I guess, defensive.
All right. And at this point in time, is he on the phone with anyone that you could tell?
Yes, he was on the phone with, I believe, his grandmother.
All right. And what conversation? Did you have conversation with the grandmother?
I did originally. The grandmother and the defendant talked back and forth about the insurance. He was searching for the proof of insurance and the insurance cards. And she was the owner of the vehicle, so she was reassuring me over the phone. She did have insurance, and she must have just not put the new card in there. So we talked about that, and then I also explained to her why I needed to get the step out of the vehicle.
And let me ask you, so was it pretty common for you to have asked Deputy McCowan to join you at this traffic stop? Would that be out of the ordinary at all?
No, typically anytime.
No. Why would it not be out of the ordinary? Because we don't need and shouldn't have women cops because they can't take on a man. It's not out of the ordinary for the female pigtail to call a man to the scene because it's a man's job. Sorry, you don't like it? Go fly a kite. We're not equal. If you're a woman, I'm likely tougher than you are. I'm likely stronger than you. I would say almost 98, 99%. I'm stronger than you. I'm faster than you. I could beat your ass. She has to call a man to the scene because you saw when she tried to attack him had zero effect. And then the fat pig who got murdered, McCowan, who got killed by Kenny, he started using tasers and electrocuting the man. What was it, 18 seconds or something like that? Got to call a man to the scene.
A deputy makes a traffic stop. It's not necessarily that we have to ask for backup. We work with each other well enough to know that if somebody makes a traffic stop, somebody is going to try to back them up. Whoever's closest will come to them just as a measure of caution.
Right.
Take care, Cope Doggy Dog. Thanks for coming, Copey. Everybody say later, Cope Doggy. Look, she's got a funny eye. She can't do any other job. This is the only job she could get where she makes $10,000 a month.
So were you able to convince the defendant to exit the vehicle voluntarily?
No, sir.
Okay. Do any of you make 10 grand a month? Anybody here make $10,000 a month? Just put a 1 in the chat if you don't make $10,000 a month. Most people don't make $10,000 a month. But if you're a pig, you make $10,000 a month. More, a lot more in a lot of places. You're making good money. I mean, most people here don't make $10,000 a month. But this cross-eyed pigtail can make $10,000 a month. And all she has to do is be willing to hurt people and follow orders. And that's what you're seeing. And I that's the truth.
Did you continue to request him to do so?
Yes, sir.
And how did that conversation go?
I continued to kind of plead with him and ask him to get out of the vehicle. And I also let him know eventually, after talking to him for a few minutes, that if he did not willingly step out of the vehicle, that I was going to have to forcibly remove him from the vehicle.
All right. Let me ask you this: How big in your mind was the defendant? You know what?
But look what Felicia does. Felicia makes some cheddar. She makes some jack. Felicia does. And what does she do with her money? She spends it on people. She gave $1,500 to Hendry to hire his lawyer.
How would you describe him?
I couldn't tell his height because he was seated in the vehicle, but probably 2 or 3 times my size. He's a bigger guy.
Yeah. Did Deputy McCowan eventually arrive on scene?
Yes.
And where did he park?
He parked his cruiser almost parallel to
And how did he approach the vehicle of the defendant where you were talking with him at?
You got a driver's side approach.
All right. And what did you do as Deputy McCowan approached the driver's side?
After the Deputy McCowan began speaking with the defendant, I walked in between the defendant's car and my patrol vehicle and stood next to Deputy McCowan, sort of towards the B panel of the vehicle.
And what is your conversation with the defendant like at this point?
I continually ask him to get out of the vehicle. I tell him this is his last chance. He's going to have to step out of the vehicle or I'm going to have to pull him out. And then we opened the door and I attempted to get his seatbelt off.
So what is your first plan of action regarding removing him from the vehicle?
I plan to go hands-on. If I can use that approach, I like to. So my plan was to put my arm up sort of right about here. I guess it's easy to look this on. Right about here so that I could hold him back from folding over the seatbelt and then reach across and unbuckle him to pull him out of the vehicle.
So what is your first plan of action regarding removing him from the vehicle?
I plan to go hands-on. If I can use that approach, I like to.
What is your first plan of action regarding removing him from the vehicle?
I plan to go hands-on. If I can use that approach, I like to. So my plan was to put my arm up sort of right about here. I guess it's easy to look this on. Right about here so that I could hold him back from folding over the seatbelt and then reach across and unbuckle him to pull him out of the vehicle.
And were you able to successfully do that?
No, sir.
And why not?
He was able to grab a hold of my forearms and we just kind of tussled.
Sorry about that. My mic was muted, but I want to point out something.
We opened the door and I can't.
And what is your conversation with the defendant like at this point?
I continually ask him to get out of the vehicle. I tell him this is his last chance. He's going to have to step out of the vehicle or I'm going to have to pull him out. And
1 second.
Then we opened the door and I attempted to get his seatbelt off.
So what is your first plan of action regarding removing him from the vehicle?
What's your first plan of action? And listen to her answer right here. This is very telling.
Vehicle.
I plan to go hands-on. If I can use that approach, I like to. So my plan was to.
I like to go hands-on.
Plan of action regarding.
What's your plan of action?
I plan to go hands-on. If I can use that approach, I like to.
My plan is to go hands-on. If I can use that approach, I like to. She likes to go hands-on because she wants to take on men, but she's not qualified to take on men because she's a woman.
right about here. I guess it's easy to put this on right about here so that I could hold him back from folding over the seatbelt and then reach across and unbuckle him to pull him out of
My plan is to raise his chin up and reach over, take his seatbelt off, and then pull him out. Reminds me of a drunk family member one time. Everybody in my family knows that from my freshman year in high school, I'm at another level of physicality from years of grappling. I had a family member one time who was drunk, and I said, "What are you going to do, buddy? What are you going to do?" And he said, "I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you down, mount you, jump on top of you, ground and pound you, and then let you up after you're bleeding." And I just said, "Okay, bro. Okay." Known the guy my whole life. He's a family member. And he says he's going to throw me down, mount me, ground and pound me. And I was like, "Brother." But she says, let's listen to it again. Let's listen to this again.
use that approach a lot too.
She likes to go hands-on.
So my plan was to put my arm up sort of right about here. I guess it's easy to put this on right about here so that I could hold him back from folding over the seatbelt.
Hold him back, full-grown man. She's a 140-pound pigtail.
And then reach across and unbuckle
Reach
him to pull him out.
As I hold a full-grown man back, I'm going to reach across him and take his seatbelt off. Okay. Okay.
And were you able to successfully do that?
No, sir.
And why
No.
not?
He was able to grab a hold of my forearm.
Oh, come on.
Over the seatbelt and then reach across and unbuckle him to pull him out of the vehicle.
And were you able to successfully do that?
No, sir.
No.
And why not?
Because I'm a 140-pound woman and he's a 200-pound man. Women are not equal to men in physicality. There are 0 women Navy SEALs. They can't pass the tests. They can't get through the physical tests. Men are to protect women. Men are to stand up for women. This is my old school chivalry, small town raised way we think. You're not going to put your arm across his chin, pull his seat and pull him out of there. And why didn't that happen? And then
And were you able to successfully do that?
No, sir.
And why not?
Because I'm a woman.
Able to grab a hold of my forearm and just kind of tussle.
So he fought you off from.
We didn't tussle. He spared you. He didn't pop you in the chin and knock you unconscious. He didn't want to fight you at all. He was screaming, "Stop attacking me."
Unbuckling him, basically.
Yes.
All right. So now that the use of hands approach has failed, what is the next approach you all decide to take?
Deputy McCown draws his taser.
And is there additional conversation with the defendant at this time?
Yes, I informed the defendant that he did not step out of the vehicle.
And how did he respond to that?
He was not willing to step out of the vehicle.
All right. And eventually, did you observe that taser being deployed?
Yes.
What happened when the taser was deployed?
We electrocuted the shit out of him 3 different times for 6 seconds each.
So in the tasers that we carry, we have 2 sets of probes. 2 probes are deployed when the taser is fired. So Deputy McCown deployed his taser. 2 probes were deployed, and Mr. Hart was able to pull those probes out by the box.
So it was a bad contact upon initial deployment?
Yes.
All right.
Why'd you shoot him with the taser? Why didn't you just let him sit there and show some patience?
What occurred after the bad contact?
As soon as they were pulled out, essentially as soon as Deputy McCown fired the taser, the probes were pulled out by Mr. Hart, and then Deputy McCown fired his second set of probes, and they made a good contact.
All right. And in conjunction with this second set of probes contacting the defendant, was the defendant doing anything? Okay. And so you have a good contact. So the taser is now effective. What is your plan as far as extracting the defendant from the vehicle?
So I still have to remove his seatbelt at some point so that I can pull him out of the vehicle.
So what did you do?
So while the taser was being deployed and he was incapacitated, I forgot to add that I believe Mr. DeHart shut the door after the first bad contact with the taser. The door was shut.
Wow, JT Soup, I didn't know that. When I tried the taser, it was like, God, 15 years ago or so. maybe a little longer. Where was I? I was at a dojo where there were mats and we could get tased. And it was one of those ones they touch you with, and it tased me, but just made me furious. It made me instantly mad. But JT Soup, the taser I got tased with was not 150,000 volts. JT Soup said a taser is 150,000 volts, 10 seconds every trigger pull. And he pulled it 3 times. 150,000 volts would rock me. When I did the taser test, I didn't get hit with 150,000 volts. I know that. It wasn't 150,000 volts or I wouldn't have done it. I can't remember what the voltage was. I was in my 20s. I'm 49 now. So it was over 20 years ago. And wow, I didn't know it was that powerful. I had no idea. Thank you for explaining that to me, JT Soup. I didn't know that. That's a lot. I wouldn't be able to take that. The other day I said, if you tase me, it's just going to make me mad. If you tase me with 150,000 volts, I'm gonna crumble to the ground. I'm gonna crumble to the ground. I'm not equipped to take 150,000 volts. It's 50,000 volts. I don't know which one it is. And now the research has to begin. Let's find out how many volts it was.
When I went in, I still had to get a seatbelt off, get him out. So I opened the door while the taser was being deployed. Reached in to grab the seatbelt, and I got wrapped up in the wire, so I got tased as well, and I was fully incapacitated.
So you were feeling the effects of the taser as well as Mr. DeHart. Yes. All right. Once, how long does a taser typically go for?
5 seconds.
All right.
5 seconds.
Once that 5 seconds was up, what did
I counted
you do? 6.
I stepped away from the vehicle to kind of gather my composure and catch my breath. And Deputy McCowan continued to deal with it.
All right. Did Deputy McCowan eventually reposition himself?
As soon as I stepped back from the vehicle, Deputy McCowan repositioned himself to where he was sort of standing diagonally facing the defendant. His body was sort of next to the driver's side mirror.
And did something occur at that point in time?
Yes.
What was that?
I was shot, and so was Deputy McCowan.
Did you see what had happened?
I was on the ground. All I heard was the gunshots. I didn't ever see the gun.
All right. Do you know, where were you shot?
In the leg.
And what was going through your mind at this time?
I didn't know where I had been shot in the leg. I just felt pain in my right thigh. I knew it was somewhere in my thigh. I fell to the ground immediately, and everything kind of moved slow motion. I couldn't get myself up, and I thought, I took a breath, and I accepted death because I thought he was going to fire at me again. He had an advantage over me.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I took a breath and I accepted the death that I brought upon myself by attacking a full-grown man who did not do any violence to me at all. Did not attack me, didn't threaten to attack me, didn't threaten to flee the scene. I had his license, his registration. I talked to his mama on the phone, but because he wouldn't do what I said, I attacked him. And then a moment later, I accepted death because he had advantage over me. He never wanted advantage over you. He never wanted to attack you. He never wanted to fight you. He never wanted a physical interaction with you. You decided to attack him. You decided to do what you did. If you accepted death, you brought it upon yourself and your partner when you physically attacked a man because he wouldn't do what you said. You pigs drive around town all night long looking for crime. You had all the time in the world to sit with that man. You could have blocked his car in. You could have taken his keys and said, I'm not going to let you drive. You want to sit here as long as you want? I got your license, your registration. I'm taking your keys. Hey, McCowan, so you don't die, so we don't get into some physical altercation, I'm taking his keys. You want to leave? Yeah. Hey, listen, you're going to get arrested later. The people are going to come to your house. You're going to impound your car. We're going to get you. This isn't over. We're just not going to escalate this to violence. How about that? Could you imagine that? How about that? We're not going to go to violence, but I'm going to take your car keys because you crossed over the yellow line too many times. So I can't let you drive. You take his keys and then go sit in your car and see what he wants to do. How about that? Oh, no, we got to go. We got to get him in the car. Why? You talked to his mama. He's from the area. You had his license. He had valid registration, valid insurance. He had no warrants. Why can't you just take his keys? Because they have a jackboot thug pig organization. And if you're not on Team Blue, they don't care about you.
Were you eventually able
earned
to
it.
get back on your feet?
Yes.
All right. Where was the defendant when you were doing this?
He was still in the driver's side of the vehicle.
Once you got back on your feet, where did you go?
I ran behind Deputy McCown's car and drew my service weapon.
All right. Is he still the car motionless at this point, or has he started to move?
I believe he had started to move when I was at the back of the vehicle pulling my gun out, and he drove around the tree in the yard and drove through the yard to exit.
All right. And what did you do as he's pulling around? Is he driving back towards you at this point?
He wasn't driving, well, he was driving back towards my direction, but not at me.
Okay.
He was driving back towards Seville Road, going towards, kind of diagonally towards Seville Road, and ended up turning right to go back towards Maryville. But
What did you do as he was passing you?
I moved up to the front of Deputy McCown's vehicle, so I got a good vantage point. I fired 3 rounds from my service weapon, and he turned right on the Seville Road, the way we were facing. He turned right on the Seville Road, and I still had my gun out, but I knew that I couldn't shoot anymore because I had a line of cars, and I didn't know if it was any more dangerous.
So you fired the 3 as he's heading towards Seville Road, but chose not to shoot additional rounds because there's other traffic there, basically.
Right.
All right. Deputy, was your cruiser equipped?
I mean, that's what I keep thinking too. You see the comment right there? Says, poor girl can't see straight. She's got one of those eyes that goes off to the side. And I feel bad for people who have a physical impairment. But that's why she couldn't get a job in sales. That's why she couldn't get a job at the airlines. That's why she couldn't be a flight attendant. That's why she couldn't be a pilot. That's why she couldn't be an engineer. That's why she couldn't be a producer. That's why she can't do anything else. This only job she can do where she makes 10 grand a month with that crazy eye. It's the only job she could do. She couldn't do any other job. So this is the job she took.
With a dash cam video?
Yes.
And were you likewise equipped with a body worn camera?
Yes.
And do you know if Deputy McCowan's cruiser was equipped with a dash cam video?
Yes.
And do you know if he was equipped with a body worn camera?
Yes.
And have you previously reviewed all 4 of those videos?
Yes, sir.
And do those videos fairly and accurately represent the events that occurred that night?
Yes.
Karen, at this time, I'm going to ask to play those videos.
So many of you remember Anthony Allegrini Jr., 18-year-old kid who backed the blue. We've already seen this. We look. Look. I'm not saying he shouldn't have been pulled over. I think he should have been pulled over. If you're crossing the yellow line, I am not pro DUI at all whatsoever. You should not drive impaired. I'm against it. We're not solving the problem by making everybody a nail and the pigs are a hammer. It's not being solved. It's just not. DUIs have never been higher. So we're not solving anything by threatening to lock people up and then putting them in a dungeon, giving them a DUI, putting a felony. They have to go through some weak diversion program where they don't sit eye to eye with people who are victims of the police, who are victims of where they killed somebody else. It's just really sad what we're seeing. We've already seen this. JP?
I'm all right. So we pull into this driveway right here. All right, I'll see you there. Hold on just a second. I'll talk to you.
or something anyway. Do me a favor, brother. Pull it into the driveway, that way we're all the way out of the road, okay?
Just got back from Gallery Pit, man. Just got a phone with my son. I said, son, you should have came home because he hurt his knee with back at the GP game. And I literally just got the phone with him.
Okay, did you go to the game?
Yeah, we literally just got done. They're still there. I literally can show you. I just got the phone with my son.
I believe you. Where are you headed to now?
I'm on my way home.
Where you live at?
Alcohol.
Okay.
So she knows where that
You
is.
have your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, please? All right, thank you.
And then he gives it to her.
Your crumble cookie.
Yes, man.
It's telephone. What are the flavors this week? Do you know them?
Coconut. Sent me.
Okay.
I literally just got the phone.
So I just, you know, sorry, I'm not sorry. She brought this upon herself. She did this to herself. She escalated it. She attacked him. They tasered him 3 times, 5 seconds each, 15 seconds with 50,000 volts, according to multiple people in here. She brought this upon herself. She followed a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that are brutal, inhumane, and barbaric. She brought it upon herself. She agreed to do these things to people.
Okay, good deal.
I'll take mom's house. He just sent it in.
I got you.
And I called him back, but I'm on Bluetooth.
Okay, you're good. Do you have your registration insurance?
Yeah, I'm in my mama's car. I'm in her car. My truck is at her house. I show you what I just done, so you can know what I'm doing. I ain't lying. I just left to take a video.
Yeah, I'm coming forward. Come on. I got you.
Just took a video.
Yeah, I got you.
This is a real one. Literally just jumped in her car. So her video over half.
I got you.
Just got them in pain.
Yeah,
I literally just left. I just don't go to bed.
Okay.
But
So if you've been here for the whole time, we watched this earlier. We watched this whole thing. I want to just get to the questioning after the shooting. So here it is. Okay, so this is we already saw the video. And this guy's a Kevin. He's a statist.
Deputy Eggers, how many times were you shot? And how many exit wounds did you have from that shot?
I have 3 wounds. I have an entrance wound with my right knee and 2 exit wounds on the outside of my upper right thigh.
Deputy Eggers, thank you. Pass the witness.
Thank you.
Did you escalate things and bring this upon yourself?
Matt Garner, the Public Defender's Office. Mr. Elrod and I have been appointed to
He's got a public pretender.
represent Mr. DeHart. I know these are disturbing questions. I'm simply trying to find out the details of various things that happened.
He gets up there and says, I know these are disturbing questions. I'm just trying to, how about a defense for your client? Like, did you escalate things here? Did you start the physical interaction? Was my client peaceful and just saying he didn't agree and didn't understand that, number one, he has to get out of the car, that's a holding by the Supreme Court. But instead he says, oh, I'm just trying to.
My questions may seem a little foolish, but I'm legally blind. I'm simply trying to find out the details of various things that happened. Some of my questions may seem a little foolish, but I'm legally blind and I can't always tell from the films what happened, and I can't drive. So some of these questions relate to that. Where were you headed that night on Sevierville?
He can't see the video, and now he's going to put a defense on based on video evidence.
Road. So you were just on a routine patrol.
Yes, sir.
What brought your attention to the vehicle that Mr. DeHart was driving?
The way he was driving.
Can you describe it for us, please?
Yes, so the video is the best example, but I witnessed the vehicle swerving within its lane, and then I witnessed the vehicle go left of center just a little bit, and then after a few minutes of it going by.
Is driving endangering other people, in your opinion, or not?
Yes, sir.
I take it you have been trained in stops for driving under the influence.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us some of the signs of a person intoxicated, or were you simply worried that he was endangering other drivers and violating the law? Okay. So
he's pretty much setting it up so they can put him in the dungeon.
when you came up to him, we could see it on the video, but one thing we can't tell is you said on the video more than once that you smelled marijuana coming from somewhere in the vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Could you tell if that smell aroma was coming from Mr. DeHart or simply the vehicle in general?
No, sir. Just, it could have been from Mr. DeHart or the vehicle in general.
But you didn't know.
No, sir.
But how strong was the odor?
Strong enough for me to notice it.
You've already testified that you have been trained in DUI arrests. What signs on a person are there that they've been intoxicated?
You can tell a lot by the eyes most of the time. They don't tell very much from Mr. DeHart's eyes. To be honest, I wasn't focused on his eyes. I was focused on his hands, his movements, things of that nature. But their behavior, the way they act, the way they speak, sometimes if they're under the influence of some type of depressant, they're going to speak slower, have slurred speech. However, Mr. DeHart seemed very excited. He seemed nervous about something, and was immediately pretty defensive.
So you couldn't tell anything from his eyes, and you couldn't tell anything from his complexion, obviously, and that's one of the things you look at, isn't it?
His complexion?
Yeah,
Or maybe if his cheeks are flushed.
if it's flushed, but you can't tell Mr. DeHart because he's so dark, I take it. You'd never seen Mr. DeHart before, so I take it you couldn't tell one way or the other if his speech was slurred. At what point during that video did you decide that he was probably under the influence?
As soon as, not the first contact that I had with him, but after we got the vehicle's positioned safely, when I began to talk to him, I thought that he may be there. Just off of the way he was acting, he was very erratic, very excited about something.
Okay, so based upon the smell of marijuana, the erratic driving, and the nervous, excited way that he was behaving, you thought at that point he might be under the influence.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the regular thing that you do when you determine a driver's under the influence?
I try to talk to them, ask them, where they've been, where they're coming from, if they've had anything to drink, any impairing drugs, anything like that. I like to be straightforward about that because a lot of times people will be honest. Another thing is pulling the person out of the car to perform standardized field sobriety tests.
Did you form an opinion as to whether Mr. DeHart was being honest with you when you were talking with him when he was inside the car?
I didn't have an opinion of whether he was being honest with me or not.
But you did think he might be under the influence.
Yes, sir.
So it was your intention that he get out of the car so that he undergo like the one leg stand and the walk and turn and those standardized field sobriety tests.
Put it in the chat. Public pretender. Public pretender.
Is that right? And he refused to do that.
Yes, sir.
It looked like that you continued to interact with Mr. DeHart for what, 4 or 5 minutes, maybe until Officer McGowan arrived.
Yes.
Now, can you explain to me how a taser works, what it is, and how you operate it and what it does?
So the simplest explanation I can give you is there are probes. There are 2 probes fired out the end of the taser. Those probes make contact with wherever they hit on your body with Mr. DeHart. It was chest, stomach area. And there are wires connected to those probes that send electric signals through the wires into the person's body. And it has different effects on some people than others. For me, personally, it completely incapacitates me. It incapacitates me and it hurts. It hurts. It feels like your muscles are trying to jump out of your body is the way that I would describe it.
So basically, it's a gun-like thing that shoots these wires with the probes on the end.
Yes, it's a less lethal device.
Right. And if I could tell right from the video, that was used twice? 3 times. All right. What happened after the first use of the taser?
So when the taser probes, or when the first set of probes was fired from Deputy McCown's taser, Mr. DeHart was able to grab the wires and pull the wires out, so it did not have an effect on him. Deputy McCown fired his second set of probes from his taser, which made contact with him and successfully incapacitated Mr. DeHart.
And Mr. DeHart was wearing a seatbelt, correct?
Yes.
So you couldn't just pull him out without having to undo the belt?
Correct.
Okay. So what happened after the third
Exactly, Mark.
deployment of the taser?
So during the second deployment of the taser, I attempted to get inside the car and take Mr. DeHart's seatbelt off of him so that I could pull him out while he was incapacitated so he would be fighting against me. And I got wrapped, my arm got wrapped up in the taser wire, and so I was as well.
Honey, it doesn't matter if you're incapacitated or not. You're not equipped to take on a full-grown man. I'm sorry. I don't care what kind of garbage they've been feeding these Americans through television, but women are not equipped to take on men.
Right, so the taser had to be deployed again.
Yes.
All right. After you got incapacitated, if I understood your testimony correctly, you went from the side of Mr. DeHart's car over to Deputy McGowan's car. Is that right?
I was I was right next to Mr. DeHart, like our legs would be touching. I was right in front of him. And once the 5-second cycle of the taser was over, the one where I was incapacitated as well, I took a step back and I stepped sort of behind Deputy McCowan. He was standing facing the driver and he repositioned himself to where he was facing the driver diagonally and his body would sort of be in line with the driver's side mirror.
So he was kind of in front of Mr. McCowan toward the front of the car beside the mirror.
Yes.
Is that right?
Mr. DeHart was still in view.
Okay. And where were you at that point?
I was, I would say in line with the B pillar, but I'd step back a couple of feet because I stepped back to regain my composure so that I could get back in.
So you would have been what, 8 or 10 feet away maybe or something like that?
Not even that far, maybe 45. I don't know, 4 to 5 feet from the vehicle.
I understand you're just making an estimate and this happened very fast. And did you see Mr. DeHart pull his gun out?
No, sir. I heard the gunshots and I was immediately on the ground.
So you don't know, you had not seen the gun before?
No.
And you don't know where, you didn't know where it came from?
No. It came from inside the vehicle, but I don't know where in the vehicle it came from.
Do you know how many shots were fired? I heard several in a very short period of time. It sounded like 3. Does that sound right to you or is that not right?
I believe it was 5.
Okay. Do you know which shot hit you? The very first shot, right? Do you know which shot hit Deputy McGowan or were you able to see?
Was not able to see. I believe it was the second third one, but I did not see on scene.
So, I mean, I take it, a shot like that, if it hits you in the knee, you just fall down totally unable to see anything else, basically. Is that right?
Yeah, when I got hit, my body kind of turned where my back was facing the vehicle, so I kind of turned with the other. So my back was to everything happening.
I guess it's been a year or two ago, I fell and tore up the tendon in my knee. And I just remember being on the ground and not able to see or think about much of anything except what had happened to me. So did you actually see much of anything happen from then on?
I mean, he's leading the witness. Did you just hear that? He's leading the witness.
Tendon in my knee. I guess it's been a year or two ago, I fell and tore up the tendon in my knee. And I just remember being on the ground and not able to see or think about much of anything except what had happened to me. So did you actually see much of anything happen from then on?
I heard everything happening. I was eventually able to gain my composure, get back on my feet, and do as I was trained to do. I could not see everything happening behind me. I ran behind it from McCown's vehicle, and then I was able to see everything.
Kenny doesn't have a
But
chance.
and at that point, Deputy McGowan was on the ground.
Yes.
So you talked to your partner. Was your partner still in the car during all this? Didn't you say you were riding with somebody?
No.
Oh my God. This is so painful to watch. This is so painful to watch. I got a heart out. I got to get out of here. I'm so sorry. I can't stay. I have 2:30. I got to get out. I want to drop this down in the comment section for you guys so you guys can finish watching the rest of this. There's the video right there if you guys want to watch the rest of that. It's just he's working for the cops. He's working for the state to prosecute Kenny. The questions he's asking were so terrible. Just so you guys know, I'm down to my last 100 cop cars. Cop cars are going to be gone. I have 100 left. And then I got a new design coming out. So I have 100 cop cards left, about 100 if you guys want a cop card. I got a heart out. I'll tell you guys what happens tomorrow. I've got something going on that I have to deal with medically. And so I have to deal with some things right now that are beyond my control. It's not what I want to do, but it's what I have to do. So I hate to leave 700 people here with Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, but I've got to get the flock out of here. I wish I didn't have to go. I've only been on for 2.5 hours. I could do a 5-hour. If you guys want, I'll finish the rest of this tomorrow. Make sure you guys go and get your driver's license laminated, your cop card, get everything put together, and get your trifold on DeleteLawZ.com. So many trifolds went out this week. Your Fifth Amendment trifold, get your Fifth Amendment cop card. I want to thank everybody who reported the fraudulent Teespring store that was taken down today. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys coming. It means an absolute ton to me that you guys help me out. I really appreciate it because we as a group are super powerful. And for the pigs who watch this stream and you think that I'm a hateful person or I'm evil or I'm just saying the things that so many people have wanted to say, but they're afraid to say it. That's why this is one of the biggest First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment channels on YouTube, because there's so many people who feel exactly like I do, but they can't say it because they're afraid to offend their friends or their family, or they're scared of cops. For you pigs who watch this, you signed up to that Death Star. You signed up to do these brutal, inhumane policies, procedures, and protocols. You agreed to do it. You backed the blue. If you're not on Team Blue, they don't care about you at all whatsoever. At all whatsoever. I'm going to show you one more video before I leave here. I'm going to come back to that. I got a couple of minutes here before I got to get out, but I want to show you this video, and this kind of sums up. I dropped the link for that video of the trial in the chat, but now let me show you another video just real quick before I get out of here. Watch this nonsense. This is a cop is on this guy's doorstep, and he asks her to leave.
From my door. Yo, can you move from my door? Excuse me?
At 6 Water Avenue.
How many minutes?
She sees it.
How many minutes?
A few minutes, like I said.
How many minutes?
Get out my face.
Just tell me how many minutes.
Get out my face. I
Just
told you
tell
a
me
few
how many
minutes.
minutes.
And I said a few minutes, so get out my
Just tell
face.
me. I'm not in your face.
Yes, you are.
You're actually in my door right now. Tell me how many minutes I gotta
A few
wait.
minutes.
How
A
many?
few.
How many?
So she's in his door. Did you see it?
Said a few minutes, so get out my
Just
face.
tell me. I'm not in your face.
Yes, you are.
You're actually in my door right now.
She's in his doorway, and he wants her out.
Tell me how many minutes I gotta
A few
wait.
minutes.
How
A
many?
few.
How many?
However much you think a few
Damn.
is, so get out my face.
Damn. How many? Can you just tell me how many minutes?
few.
Like, goddamn, I'm
A
cold.
few.
Yeah, no.
A few.
Come on.
Look at
Move that size 13 Bigfoot head ass out of my house, yo. Come on.
Thumbs it up, doesn't it?
Those lashes need to get done.
Okay.
What is that? Is that sideburn? Oh my. Yo. Come on.
And that sums it up, doesn't it? That's these jackboot thug pigs. That's how they treat us, like we don't matter, like our lives are insignificant. She can leave her foot in his doorway. He says it's cold. They're in New York. NYPD, qualified immunity has been abolished. Has anything changed? No. The policies created by the Supreme Court in Terry versus Ohio are so invasive and go so far into dozens of Supreme Court case holdings that create policy for police that qualified immunity does not matter. Sorry, it doesn't. It's not changing anything. It abolished in New Mexico, Connecticut, Colorado, and New York City. It's not changing anything. It's not changing absolutely anything. It just drives me crazy. I wish I didn't have to go. I got to get the flock out of here. Can I get an OTVO in the chat? Victor Rice, good to see you. Bubble Rocks, what's going on? David Adams, Doc K, it's always good to see you. Top Rock, how are you? Rip, Tracy, thank you guys for coming. Victor Rice, always good to see you. Captain Blakesbeard, nice to see you. Mr. Bones, Chuck P, long time friend. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Dan Hanlon, what is going on, Dan Hanlon? How are you doing, buddy? How are you doing? Grateful Dabs is here. Brick Jones is here. What is going on? Accountability Ohio came in the room today. JT Soup was here. Good to see you, Accountability Ohio. I'm glad you're here. Joe Lee, good to see you. Oh, I did see your audit, Ryutz. I saw your audits. Thanks for sending that with me. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And there's NYQ, OTVO, balls and win. If you're not on Team Blue, they don't care what happens to you. I got to get the flock out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Kevin Brzezinski. Later, Gators.